Hello, hello, hello. I hope you've all been very good this week. Because I haven't. Well, welcome to AllShorts. And in this live stream, I want to talk about stuff. I want to talk about things such as... Hello. I hope you're... Rwanda. Suella Braverman. Hunt and his, kiddie stuff. You know, the childcare. But also some other stuff as well. I'm going to start with the Rwandan situation about Suella Braverman doing her very, very bestly in a very difficult situation to stop those small boats crossing that channel. Those pesky small boats. What? Oh, okay. Is that for my interlude? Thank you. And she, her indoors is going to join me a bit later, probably at half an hour. And because she's been, she used to work in schools, you see. She used to look after little tots and stuff. But also, our son's disabled. So we were talking about the PIPS payment, because there's been some changes regarding that. We've got, what's his face? Jeremy Hunt. Jeremy Hunt. Well, he's made some changes to disability allowance, such as the PIPS payment, what have you, and getting rid of another bit, what have you, which is he's getting rid of the work capacity assessment. That's going to be going as well. Yeah, I'm looking at my notes over there. But yeah, it's quite interesting actually. So Caroline's going to join me with that. It's a first for her. She's never done anything like this before. I don't know if I think she's a little nervous, but she's quite confident in what she knows. So yeah, she'll be right, I'm sure. What have I got? Anyway, let's see what I've got first. I've got my nibbles, you see. I don't know how I'm supposed to eat it and talk at the same time, but hey-ho. So I've got my olives and my cheese, and I've got my Parma ham. Well, it's actually Jean Cru, and some tomatoes and little bits of weird square cubed chicken things. I think, or was it ham? I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, it looks highly processed. I'm not sure I'm not keen on that. Oh. They're tiny. I suppose it's okay if you chuck them on the salad. That's right. Yeah. Anyway, so I'll kick off with Rwanda. What's been going on over there? Because our beloved Suella Braverman, she's lovely. We all love Suella, don't we? Uncomfortable silence. Well, she's been to Rwanda this week. Unfortunately, she's got a return ticket. Damn. Fuck. Oh. Quite frankly, I think it's a whole load of... What a load of bollocks! How I do? Sorry. Well, before I start on that, I'm just going to pop my chat out. Yeah, pop my chat out so I can see what's going on there. And then I'm going to make that a bit bigger as well. So, so I can read the chat. That I can. Okay, there we are. Oh, who we got here today? Oh, we've got Reagan Elite, Sir Larry the Cat, Duke Vengeance. Scroll that up. Ah, hello, Jasper Edwards. Hope you're well, my friend. And Brian Maguire, and Reagan Elite, and Context, and Sir Larry the Cat, and Brian Maguire. I said that again. And Tories don't get tasered. I wish they would. Tell you, did get tased. That geezer who marched into Capitol Hill and he managed to taser his ghoulies and he had a heart attack and died. If you think I'm kidding, check it out, because it's true. Poor bugger. Well, Nefasem the dog, hello there. Oh, it's a Madagascar plan. And 91 leads. Oh, we've got Lefty Boater too. Context, Reagan Elite, done that. Oh, I wish they would. Hello, Gingers. I hope you're well. I hope you got your pellet burner going. Keeping yourself warm over there, because it looks rather cold. Bit chilly today, to be fair. It's not too bad during the day here in France, but the evening is a bit chilly. Hello, Orc Beige. Brian Maguire, Vincent Bryan, scrolling up. And Ian Harper, hello then, Wim. P Dollars, hello my friend. Scrolling up. Hey, Mad Monk. How you doing, my friend? So all crank is all kicking off in Scotland at the minute, isn't it? Who's going to be the new First Minister? I wonder. I've got my doubts about them. I have to admit. Yeah. Oh dear. Anyway, they do seem to like to bitch a little bit. Anyway, let's not go there at the moment. That's for another day. Hello, Stu. That woman's face makes me feel nauseous. There's something wrong with her face. I'm sorry, there's something wrong with this face. I know. I'll tell you what else is wrong. I'll leave that for a bit later. It's a funny little clip. That's all it is. Anyway. So yeah. Yes, her face. There's stuff. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if I should say this or not, but she looks like maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna be nasty now. No, I can't be nasty. But I could, but I'm not going to. Oh, dear. 91 Lee says, Mark goes, I hope your missus can keep you in check tonight. Oh, wish her a happy Mother's Day. That it is today. Happy Mother's Day. What about me, though? What about me? Well, Suella Braverman is an evil witch. Now, we thought that Pretty Patel was bad enough. And then we got Suella Braverman, the woman who, quite frankly, was struck off the New York bar. She's also a member of a cult, but she still frequents. Yeah, and she got a geezer off. A geezer who, he was like the monk geezer, or the Buddhist geezer for this Buddhist cult. And he was a sex offender. Never got convicted because he died before he did, a bit like Jimmy Savile. But there was complaints, and Suella Braverman got him off. That's the kind of people these Tories are, you know. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Or not. Well, I'll tell you what does make me think of it. Makes me think of this.
I will unite our country, not with words, but with action. I will work day in and day out to deliver for you.
Whoop-de-doo!
Hello, Joe Biden here.
Mr. President, it's Rishi Sunak. How are you?
Oh my God. And he's just got himself back in, well, jail. He got out half time, didn't he? Oh, Gary, or whatever his name is now. I've got his name now, his real name. And then they chucked him back in again for breach of parole or whatever it is. So yeah. What on earth was Rishi Sunak thinking when he chose that song? What was he thinking? I don't think they were. Jimmy Savile was a Tory poster boy. Pretty much. They pick all the wrong ones, didn't they? It's all part of the club, you see, probably. I won't be a bit surprised. Oh dear. Do apologise for that little clip. But I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. Maybe.
I'm so sorry.
Oh dear. So, yes, Suella Braverman, the Führer. So who is the Führer now? The little panda? This Joe. Oh, so why didn't Corella just fly to Rwanda with her vampire bat wings? Now, wasn't it? Well, Liz Truss with the bat wings. She had weird shoulder pads, didn't she? You know? At least.
That is a disgrace.
Oh, she's so sorry. Such a disgrace. Poor old Liz Truss. She's like a ship passing in the night, she was. Thankfully. Well, they keep going on about legal routes in. They keep going on about stopping the little boats. The first safe country, they said. They keep getting that one wrong, don't they? But what countries are actually available? Safe routes, I mean, available to those who want to flee tyranny and come to the United Kingdom. Don't forget the rest of the EU, as in Germany, for instance, has taken well over 1 million refugees. And France. Turkey. Okay, not in the EU, but, Turkey's taken a huge amount. They've all got to, have the infrastructure to be able to cope with that amount of refugees. Okay, Turkey's getting quite a bit of money from the EU to help fund it. That is true. But UK, well, we're kind of like a little bit feeble, really, in this matter, aren't we? So what we got? We've got Homes for Ukraine, as in... Oh, I'll show you on here. Look, there you go. There you go. These are the legal routes in. So you read that there are no safe routes for asylum seekers to get into the United Kingdom. Actually, there is, sort of. Yeah. Because it's not entirely true, no. Now, there are very few, it says here, very few legitimate routes to safety, and nearly all those routes are for a very specific group of people, with some almost impossible to access. That's the thing, you see. How do you access these things? You remember, these people got nothing. They got... they're travelling across countries and what have you. I don't mean to say they can have internet with them on their phones and stuff like that if they've got phones. Some of these people, they come in these little boats and stuff. Got nothing. So, routes in, Homes for Ukraine. Well, we know about that one, don't we? Well, I have to admit, I do, who was
So, you have accepted the truth.
John. I have to admit, that was quite Oh! Who was that? Anyway, there was... I'll get to that in a minute. Thanks for that. Cheers, buddy. That was really quiet. That was a bit disorientating. So there's... footballer guy is not Lineker. And he was saying, how come we've got all these routes available for, like, for people fleeing Ukraine, what have you, and rightly so, and not for anybody else? And it's for racism, really, I think. I think it's something to do with this, maybe.
Because they blend in.
Yeah. Someone you called in, that geezer, called in to James O'Brien. And he's referring, he was, to the Polish, you see. I wouldn't know if the Polish next door, because they blend in. A blatantly racist statement, but he called it culturist or something. Some weird kind of excuse. It wasn't even an excuse, it's just him trying to justify himself. Failed miserably, he did. So you got the Hong Kong British nationals, overseas visa. Okay, that's for people in Hong Kong, because China decided they want it back. The Afghan relocations and assistance policy, but that's limited, very limited. And how do they access it? Afghan Citizens Resettlement Scheme and United Kingdom Resettlement Scheme, Mandate Resettlement Scheme, and the Community Sponsorship and Displaced Talent Visa Scheme. There's also the family visa as well, which isn't listed on there. But that isn't available to everybody. No, because they can't get to it. Where are the officers? Where do you go? Embassy, maybe? Well, you're not going to do that in Syria, for instance, are you? I doubt it somehow. But Cyrilla Braverman has been facing a lot of backslash recently. I remember about a week ago, there she was, claiming that billions, not millions, but billions of people are heading, or they want to head for, the United Kingdom. Just lies. There's only, 7.8 billion people in the whole blooming world. You say, what? 1 billion of them all want to come to the United Kingdom? I doubt it. Have they? No, I doubt it very much so. The streets are no longer paved with gold. Gold. Oh, yes. So she got a lot of backslash there. And she then went on to say, she said, Cyrilla Braverman, let's say she was facing that backslash, claiming that there's likely billions of people were eager to come to the United Kingdom. But she also said that about there was about 100 million displaced people wanting to head to the United Kingdom. But the fact of the matter is, only about 25 million has actually even left the country. Their country, their country of origin. Their native countries. And they're not all heading to the United Kingdom anyway. Was it 40,000 last year that came to the United Kingdom? Well, it's not exactly 100 million, is it? It definitely is not a billion. The woman is disgraceful. Absolute disgraceful individual. And everyone's out there trying their best to defend her policies. They go on to say about the Gary Lineker saying that words that were coming out of her mouth were comparable with his words were the words coming out of her mouth was comparable with those of the words used in 1930s Nazi Germany. But they were. That's just a statement of fact. But then you get Oliver Dowden on Sky. I think that was this morning on Sky. He was saying, it's disgraceful. It's distasteful. Kept making that comparison. Well, he wasn't actually directly pointing the finger at Suella Braverman, although maybe he should have done, because that is also a fact. And then Suella Braverman, I did a little video about that about a week ago, where Suella Braverman was going on about, which did like a bit of a straw man, I suppose. Well, actually, no, she went full on straw man. But anyway, Suella Braverman said, but my husband's a Jewish, and making that association, hurt his little feelings, it did. Well, what's that fact? But they know full well that's not what was said. But we know what they also know is that people are easily duped and manipulated. You say it enough times, it becomes true. Ask Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson, he knows. Yeah, he does. Yeah. He can't help himself, he still can't, although his popularity has waned somewhat. Especially in Uxbridge. Anyone saw my clip, that little woman who was being interviewed by Sophie Ridge, or about to, and she, don't you speak his name in front of me, she goes and she runs off in a huff. That was hilarious. I have to admit, it did make me tickle. But then it also made me think about the hairdresser, the Welsh hairdresser, who said, he said, because he's a human, I like him because he lies, you say, but I like him because he's a human. That was back in 2019, 2018 or 2019. And now, his odds are against him. Although he's earned a huge amount of money since he got kicked out. Millions, in fact, he's earned since he's left number 10. Should be allowed. No. So, anyway, Braverman said, in the face of today's global migration crisis, yesterday's laws are just simply not fit for purpose, nor you, Suella. There are 100 million people displaced around the world, and likely billions more are eager to come here, if it was possible. Well, you certainly put pay to that now. Yeah. But we need people. And even Jeremy Hunt's latest contribution to the budget regarding childcare ain't going to help either, but Caroline's going to help me with that one. And she joins me in a moment. But let me finish here. So, Suella Braverman, she went on that plane all the way to Rwanda. So she can comment on the decor. Yeah. But also, she's been criticised for blocking. Well, not inviting the press. Unless she's GP News. Was it her who said, or was it Liz Truss who said, well, GB News is an honest television station, news channel. But, there's a big but here. The fact of the matter is that, if it is news, why has politicians such as Jacob Rees-Mogg got a show on GB News? They're allowed to have a show if they're not on a news channel, if it's just a show. Maybe the Can or something like that. Some showgirls, maybe. Just imagine that. Jacob Rees-Mogg and that. No. in a tutu. Or that onesie. Oh. Anyway. So they didn't allowed. No, and Ofcom didn't do much about it either. They don't seem to know. Well, it's unbelievable, really, what's going on. It's just, I've never known anything like this. It's just one bit of madness after another, isn't it? So, the Home Secretary was accused of favourable coverage to the likes of GB News. Sky wasn't there. No. So, she made her first trip to Rwanda. And now she's got criticism that liberal newspapers and the BBC were not invited on a publicly funded visit. So the public broadcaster was not invited to a publicly funded visit. So before the trip on Friday, Braverman said her controversial policy to deport asylum seekers to an African country will act as a powerful deterrent, she said. Stop the little boats, she said. There's one way you can stop those boats coming. Is to, provide a safe route in France. Say northern France. You're talking about, you gave French a load more money so they can build a detention centre. Not a processing centre, no. Well, you process peas, not people. Well, her predecessor, Priti Patel, well, she also tried this, didn't she? Signed that agreement with Priti Patel. Remember her? Well, frying pans and fires. Yes, we can't add the frying pan straight into that fire. Well, April last year, that was an effort, and to deter the old spool boats. Like I said, there's an easy fix here, there really is. But they don't want to know, do they? No, because they don't want people coming at all, pretty much. You got all these racists, you see. You got people like this geezer.
Got to do with a pregnant woman on a flight from wherever. What's Boris Johnson got to do with her wages? Let's be simple, ladies.
I'll tell you why. So, majority of the people that I work with live in the European Union. So, majority of the crew that are from Heathrow live in Spain, France.
Well, go live in Spain, love. That's the answer, isn't it? You think it's so fantastic, okay. Go live in Spain.
Philip, but you want a UK... you want a UK national airline to run. Why have we got 10,000 flights that are going to be cancelled by October?
Yeah. Well, this was last year. But these people just can't. It doesn't click. He's basically saying, well, why don't you go live over there then if it's so great? And she says, well, because I can't. Because we left the EU. These people. So Suella Braverman invited all the right-wing press, such as the Daily Mail, GB News, GB Flippin' News, and the Telegraph. It's just nuts. It's absolute nuts. Anyway, I saw a super chat. So I'm gonna have a quick peek. Where did it go? Where did it go? I didn't miss it. I saw it, but I can't see it. All right. Legal routes. Yeah, that's him in dog test, my buddy. Irony alert, Corella visited a genocide monument, I know. Was it 1994? Was the Rwandan genocide? It didn't really, scheme of things, it isn't really that long away. And some people seem to think that Rwanda could be heading for another war. Don't sound very safe then, does it? And the reason why Rwanda wants people to... They want refugees because they need people. Because of the genocide... You've seen the film, I know, Rwanda Hotel, for instance. But because of that genocide, they haven't got enough people. Familiar? Anyone? Don't you know? I think so. Because we've got the same problem. The only difference is, instead of embracing these people, we're deciding to push them away. Madness. But Rwanda's got the right idea. Bring them over here, we need them. They'll help our economy. Because that's what they're doing. But these camps, or prisons, say what they really are, are so isolated. They're like literally just like, I don't know, like Milton Keynes when they built that, like, or Thetford, like when they built that. It's so isolated. It's surrounded by trees, you see, in Thetford. But yeah, it's so isolated out the way. You know, you're not going to escape it. If you do, you'll probably just die. Heat exhaustion and that, water and all that. People can't escape. They can't go anywhere, so they have to try and make the best of it. But there's nothing there. It's not a thriving economy. Who are they going to trade with? Just themselves. When you got insular money, an internal economy. It's not going to thrive. It's relying a lot on handouts as Rwanda, other people's money. So yes, Karela visited the genocide monument. It's just, you really can't make this stuff up. You really can't. These people just don't think. They make it out as, oh, look at me, I'm being so great. Look what we're doing here. We're coming, oh, isn't it lovely, this place? Oh, who's your interior designer? Oh, okay. I think I better find out who they are and they can do my place. Well, the BBC later requested and was given accreditation for a crew from the regional BBC bureau to attend the grounds. So there was no invitation, they had to beg. Pretty much. The chief executive of Freedom from Torture, right, described the policy as a cash for humans scheme. Oh, you mean a slave trade? Oh, trafficking. Okay. The United Kingdom is, now a legitimate human trafficking country. Make a right old business of it, aren't they? The only thing is, there are not the people talking about the fact that, isn't this an exchange programme? You have one of ours and we'll have one of yours. Well, Braverman, jetting off to showboat. That's all she's really doing now. She's showboating to Rwanda and, oh, look at me, and what have you. Oh, look at this. Oh, ain't these buildings lovely? Yeah, it doesn't look like the Holocaust. The Holocaust? What do you mean the Holocaust? Oh, don't talk about the Holocaust. Oh, no. Coming Out Association. No, not with us Tories, because we're lovely. Not. So, there was massive outpouring of support for Gary Lineker, and the BBC had to back down. I think, well, some people say, I think he's going to have to, he's been told he's going to have to apologise. I don't know about you, I haven't heard an apology from Gary Lineker, and why the hell should he? He was right. So, the Index on Censorship, which, works to defend the freedom of expression. Talk about freedom of expression, it's about freedom of expression for you. Yeah, there you go. I've watched it so many times. It just makes me tickle. You swing right round, baby, right round. It's like a little hamster. Oh my god. Anyway. Believe me, I'll be playing that again. I can't help it. Oh, poor little blighter. Poor little blighter. Well. His little cheeks. Oh, there's something wrong there. Got to be. There's got to be something wrong with that. Anyway. Oh. Who's saying them out of sync? Oh, don't say that. Please don't say that. By a second. By a minute. Right, okay. Has anyone else having problems with synchronisation? Because last week I actually went through, I took a video, I put it into my editor to see exactly how far out the synchronisation was, and it was only 0.4. Yeah, about 4. And 0.4 of a second actually, it wasn't especially. And I did that and everything seemed hunky dory afterwards, so I hope it is okay. If I were in the I'd say, I'm sorry that you feel that way. He's only doing that job because he loves it. 1.4 million, that's nothing, is it really? Not for someone like him, not now. How many Bentleys has he got? Oh, we don't want to get a Bentley. Oh, God, no. They're struggling as well. They can't get the staff. No. Refreshed still out of sync. Really? Oh. Right, was that in sync before and now it's out of sync? There's something going wrong. I've got a funny feeling it might not be my end. I got that feeling too. Speaking with my friends there, and understand it is not so. I say, in a long. Okay, how long have I been out of sync? Has it been just recent? I'll just pretend it's radio. What? Hello, Daddy Buzzy. I hope you're well, my friend. I'm ready whenever you are, darling, if you want. Do you want me whenever you are? Why? Scary people! Oh dear. You need a chair? You've only got a stand, are you? I just swallowed an olive pip. Or stone. Don't do that. Oh, my dear wife's been talking with our daughters. Two of, apparently. Oh, this is my dear wife. This is my missus. Her indoors. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Got to be careful because we're on like a bit of a play. Hello, darling. What the earth are you doing all the way down there? Do you want
to check you up?
Apparently got a problem with the sink again.
Chair go up.
Oh dear.
Do I put the chair up when I'm sitting on it, or do I get off and put it up?
You have to take the weight off it. And leave it on the side here, and it'll pop up. Yeah, there you go. Oh dear! Oh dearie me. What are you like?
A short person, didn't I?
You are a short person, but then again, so am I.
Well, shorter than you.
Okay. We're a family of dwarfs.
We are. But I can't believe that our children are 6 foot tall.
I don't know how that happened.
I don't know either.
Right, so... Oh, dear. So what you want to talk about is... Do you open that door down? I can't move because I'm sort of trapped now. We've got like a dry whiteboard as part of a door. It's got our bullet points on it. I think it's all in your head though, isn't it now?
Just to feed the dog.
To feed a dog? Oh, dear me. Right, apparently we're out of sync, which is a bit annoying, again. So I don't know what's going on there. It means my mouth... Yeah, it isn't meeting up with my words.
That could be quite annoying to people.
Yeah. It's like Kung Fu.
I've only just come back and I've been sitting here a few seconds.
No, that's not the same. That's
normal.
No, that's normal delay. That one is.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, there. Come back. Let's disappear. There you go. Right. Well, we're going to jump straight into. We can go back onto Suella Braverman afterwards, but my dear Mrs. here. She used to work in a school. Yeah, naughty children and all that. There are plenty of them. And quite frankly,
there wasn't plenty of them.
She took Donald Trump's advice and put more in cages.
No, I didn't.
She did. Honest.
There isn't really such thing as naughty children.
Oh, just naughty teachers?
No, they're just challenging.
Challenging teachers? Oh, you bit
challenging children, not teachers.
It's challenging teachers.
Well, I suppose it could be challenging teachers. I never come across any, but they might be.
You did?
What?
You always complain about teachers. They're watching, by the way. Teachers are watching.
They probably are.
Well, they might be. I doubt it.
Yeah,
I doubt it.
A bit.
Well, childcare. Jeremy Hunt, in his wisdom, he had quite a good idea. She stole from the Women's Institute and then, well, actually stole it from Labour, which stole it from the Women's Institute. The WEP or something it's called. Anyway, the Women's something or other. And, yeah, I don't follow that sort of thing usually. Or women's rights and all that and that. So it's a bit silly, really, isn't it? What's that all about? Anyway, Labour stole it off them, and then the Tories stole the childcare plan off Labour. Oh, that's a great idea, but it's not very good.
It's not.
No.
That's not what they think it is.
No, it's not. In fact, nurseries have been inundated. They have.
With phone calls for places for their 2-year-olds. Now.
Now, the problem is it's not available yet. There's no funding yet.
No, the first funding is going to be available in April 2024, which is going to be 15 hours for 2-year-olds.
So let's get through. Okay, childcare then. So, three-year-olds or in the United Kingdom are already covered for childcare,
Only 30 hours a week.
but only 30 hours a week. That's also a problem. But that's how it's been for a long time.
Yes,
so that's not here or there at the
No,
moment,
no,
is it?
no,
There's
no.
a situation that everyone's had to put up with anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Now, some people are going to argue, well, if you're going to have children, you should pay for them. Expect the state to pay for your children. But the thing is, you see.
You said there weren't enough people. That's the population is.
Yeah, but why is that? Why have we not got enough people?
Apparently, the sperm can't swim straight. So
The what?
Told me. You said the sperm can't.
Oh, the sperm can't swim straight.
That's what
That
you
is
told
one thing.
me.
The sperm can't. Caroline, do you think we should give it the old stiff up lip and all that and do our bit
I think
for
I might-
man the
I
country?
think I might be a bit too old. And so are
Oh,
you.
what about IVF?
Well, it would work, but I still.
What about Jon Snow? Jon Snow's just having another kid.
I know.
You know, the news guy from Channel 4
Yeah,
News.
no.
He's having another kid. Jon Snow.
When you get
He's
into
about 105.
But when you get into your 50s
Well,
and
he's
60s,
85,
when
isn't
you
he?
get into your 50s and 60s, you don't really want more children. You've got lots of grandchildren and you can give them back.
I didn't really want the kids in the first place.
Oh, you do. You love children.
It was part of a package deal at the time. I didn't realise she kept them in the cupboard. Then we got married, then she showed me. Oh, look at them.
All the tormenting you've been able to do over the years.
There has been that. I do love to torment the children because that's kind of what they're for.
And the grandchildren.
Well, they obviously we torment the grandchildren we do it as well.
So
So
what were you
the
doing?
thing is, we need enough people. So we should, the country as a whole needs to help people have
Need to
children.
Need to
For
support
the future.
people with children.
Yes. Get jiggy with it and all that. So it's just a suggestion. If you know, I don't mind. I can't see you. Do what you want to
And
do.
it's not really possible for most families to manage on one wage these days.
Can they
where
hear you?
years ago,
The microphone's probably too far
where
away.
years ago,
That's a good point, actually.
years ago, people could manage on one wage, but now we can't.
No, we can't. That's a valid point. So I don't want to do it. I'm going to move that there.
You're very annoying.
You need to speak up, Dom,
Why?
because they're not going to hear you.
Oh, okay. Can't you not hear me, anyone?
Can't you not hear me? What's that supposed to mean? All right, I'll put that.
If you like.
I want to do it all the time.
Anyhow, we could.
All right, so we need people. All right, so they thought it was a great idea to encourage people into the workplace, working mothers, that is, single mothers and working couples and what have you. Get them in the workplace because we don't have enough people. And one of the reasons we don't have enough people is because a whole load of numpties, they put that cross in the wrong box. They did.
They did.
And now what we've got to do is we've got to get jiggy with it to make more people to compensate for all the people that don't come over from the European Union. Visas are just, for instance, in the they've just opened up visas now for the construction industry, such as bricklayers and carpenters and joiners and what have you, because we ain't got enough people. That could go down too well on the old building sites, because from what I can remember, those pesky Polish are taking our jobs, they're doing it too cheap, they are. That wasn't the case at all. End of the day, everyone has to get paid the same amount of money, really.
Well, our son, who's
called
a
minimum
nurse,
wage.
said the Polish nurses were really amazing nurses.
Well, I've worked with Polish bricklayers, and quite frankly, they were
Yeah.
some of the best.
They work really hard.
Yeah, to be fair. So we need people. So we've come up with this idea where we're going to provide... Well, Jeremy Hunt has stole this idea. We're going to provide more childcare places, funding for families, or people, or single parents, what have you, who need to get their kids into school so they can go to work. Now, it sounds all great on the face of it until you realise, hang on, it's not available for,
18 months the first phase.
well, yeah, for 15 hours a week, you'll get, for 2-year-olds, as the first phase, You get 15 hours, and that don't come into force until April 2024.
The next phase
Next
is
year.
9 months to 24 months. Which
No, well, then we've got 30 hours after. Oh, no,
Yeah,
no,
but-
no.
no.
We're talking 2 years done. So you've got
Oh, it's
2-year-olds.
2-year-olds, yeah.
You get 30 hours free, like you would do. It's basically be the same as what you get for your 3-year-olds at the moment in September 2025, the following year.
Which is over nearly 2.5 years. This is 2.5 years away.
But the nurseries have been inundated with requests already because people don't know.
They just
They think it's now. But the thing is, when Jeremy Hunt was doing that, his announcement, reading out his budget, did he say anything about this? When it's going to be available and who's it going to be available for? All he said was about 30 hours childcare for 1 to 3-year-olds.
Of course not, because he wants people to think what a good budget this is.
Fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
No, I'm
No?
not. I don't even live there.
You don't? Okay. So.
Well, just nice for my children if they get extra.
Oh, yeah,
help,
yeah.
But
But
that don't affect any of them.
the next stage is the little ones. You know, like this little geezer. We've all got to do it together. All got to do it together. Okay? Oh, okay. Alright, so anyway, let's get the chat up. There. Oh, Mr. Shorts in the house. There she is. She went shorts. You went shorts. No, she's not wearing shorts. No. Right, so that's your chat there, darling. Right, hope it's loud. Hope you need to speak up really loudly because you're further away from the microphone than I am, so people can hear you. So can you say after me?
I'll come a bit nearer.
Oh my God! Oh. No, I'm not. No, I'm hidden behind the microphone. So, Caroline, say after me into the microphone. Bill?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to say that.
You don't want to say that?
No, it's rude.
Oh, okay. Well, married laws need to change. So, basically, for 9 months to 24 months, that changes as well. That goes to 15 hours, but that's going to be September 2024. Remember, these people, these nurseries are already getting inundated with all these requests.
You just had
and then what?
You had someone on here a minute ago saying that the nurseries are closing down at the moment.
They
which
are.
Is true.
That is. We've had that situation. So, and then when was it, Caroline? In 2025?
Same. September 2025, that'll be 30 hours for all children from 9 months to 5 years in nursery. Which is good.
In some ways.
But it doesn't cover a whole week.
Well, no, it's not full time.
It covers 30 hours in term time, which is only 38 weeks of a year.
But also, when you book your nursery, look after your tots and what have you. The fact is, you have to pay when effectively it could be a holiday.
Or if a child is ill, you still have to pay, and you can't do like a few hours. You have to either do a whole morning, a whole afternoon, or a whole day. So, you use your up.
And that will depend on the actual nursery itself.
Some
because
nurseries have to be all day.
If, for instance, you have to pay for the whole day, even if you're not there, because they're so inundated. Obviously, they're a business, and they're going to do what they need to do to make sure that they get as much money as they possibly can to survive. So they're not going to allow part-time nursery placement.
No, it is fair as well, because if they haven't got a child, then they don't pay for the child. They'd be losing money if the child's ill or on the holiday. So they need to pay.
You have to pay during the 6 weeks of holiday as well, the summer holidays.
Yeah.
So right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Blimey, kids are expensive. Don't do it. Keep it in your pants.
And that get even more challenging when they go to school, because there's no funding for people who are not on benefits, and they need childcare for their child in the holidays and
I've got a brilliant idea.
Before and after school.
I've got a brilliant idea.
Let the grandmothers
No, I've got a better idea. I've got a better idea. This could solve all the problems. We wouldn't need to do all this.
What's that?
What we should do is we join the EU.
Oh, yeah.
That'll do it. That'll solve it. We can get our people that way.
There's definitely better here in France.
Why is that then? Oh, you've been so anti-British.
Well, for one, children start full-time school the year before they're 3, and it's free, and they go 4 days a week.
Okay, so how much is childcare? Let's make this comparison now, right? Childcare in France, what did I read the other day? Was it 50 or 60 euros a month?
something like that.
Wasn't a lot, was it?
No, it isn't a lot. Because I know because of the holiday clubs.
And they reckon it's 14,000 a year per child.
Yeah.
14,000 per. Do you know what?
I think it goes up on a scale in France with however much you earn, but it
That's right. It doesn't go above.
That never goes any higher than 20% of your 20%.
No, it wasn't even that. It was nothing like that.
That
was quite low anyway.
Yeah.
But it's obviously heavily subsidised.
That is, but it's not privatised. It's run by the government, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where England, everything has to be privatised in England for some reason.
It's called Tories.
Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Because they don't provide any provision.
Yeah.
As a public service. Unfortunately.
Someone says, "What woman is going to get near him? What's wrong with him?"
What woman is going to get near him? Oh, hang on. What woman is going to get near me? That's Duke Vengeance.
Oh, what's wrong?
Duke, have you been all angry again? What? Are you okay, my friend?
I'm sure he's a lovely bloke.
I'm sure he is. Maybe speak quite a bit. Invite Day Blase here as well. Day Blase. Crikey, you're getting views on your videos. I'm extremely jealous. It's fine. You're sucking all my views. That's what you're doing. So that's a little odd, isn't it, Vipek? But thank you very much for your valuable support, my friend. Oh, it's a little odd. And Vipek, scroll up. He still wants to try what? What? Who wants to try Caroline?
Try me. Try me for what?
I don't recommend it. No. You got all red.
We've been together for 34 years and I'm still here, so it can't be that bad. I think it's because I bring some coffee in bed.
It's like an aphrodisiac.
Every morning.
If wages were great, the state would not need to step in and help. That is a very valid point, Genie Bot.
Very true.
Genie Bottle.
Very true.
If wages were great, the state would not need to step in with help to
Can I
survive.
see what you could have won? Who's on what?
What? What have I won? What's that, Sir Larry the Cat? What have I won?
Have we won something?
I don't know.
Oh, golden ticket.
You can hear us fine. Oh, excellent. Are we still out of sync? Because that's really... I don't know why this is happening. It was perfect when I did my recordings on this system. Yesterday, I did my recordings on there yesterday. That was absolutely fine.
Maybe it's just one of them things.
Is it just... Are you sure we're out of sync? Or do you think it's just that my mouth moves funny?
It's just because you're funny, I think.
I'm not funny, though. I'm not.
No?
Someone left a comment on the video that I put on Facebook and said, I can't stand this bloke because he thinks he's funny.
Well, you do.
I don't.
You laugh at your own jokes.
Because I thought it was funny.
Someone said they can hear me fine.
Oh, that's good. Excellent. Scroll down, because we're a bit hot behind on these chats. Here we go. A little out of sync. Oh, okay, but not too much. That's odd.
What or what?
What a bedest. What a beldest? What's that? Jasper, you might have to elaborate on that. I'm not quite certain what that means. So, cheers, Ben Riddens. Oh yeah, I got 12,000 subscribers here. I've got terrible views though. Oh, I've got absolutely chronic views. I have to put so many videos out just to try and make ends meet. It's just nuts.
You were saying about not wanting kids, and that's the doctor's response after number 6.
Okay.
Oh, you've got 6, I see.
Yeah. Well,
I don't have 7 or 8. I love children.
You are responsible as well.
Yeah, I love children though.
Not having any more.
No, I've got grandchildren. That's fine.
They're in England.
And hair.
Oh yes, so they are. Oh damn.
2 hair as well.
No, the grandkids are great. You always give them back. That's lovely to make grandkids.
7 in England, and 1 is due in the middle of May.
Oh, where's Jesus? We were talking about this. Or I was talking about this. I was saying, because I don't think being bonnet about it. Where's Jesus saying? People forget that they aren't simply in competition with each other for jobs, but also with robots and machines.
Yeah, like the...
You're fighting for the wrong things. It's
Like the
very,
checkout.
very true. No, well, that is one thing, Caroline, but AI.
Mm-hmm.
AI is already stealing jobs. Copywriting and what have you, and not copyright, for copy, and
Yeah.
they reckon solicitors and lawyers are all going to be replaced by robots.
Yeah.
AI. It's not really artificial intelligence, is it? It's not
Someone said we
sentience.
should
How's it
have a
intelligence?
Someone said we should have a sheep.
Jasper, we have had sheep.
We've
Been
had
there.
them before.
Yeah. How did you find it, the sheep? Was
Oh,
it like it?
They're fine, but I think the thing is, we apparently shouldn't have had a male and a female because we ended up with lots of sheep.
We did.
We did.
We had little Essence, Jasper.
And a big one. We had
West
Ruby.
Ruby was absolutely huge.
Yeah.
And she had, what was it, five lambs once?
Yes, she
It
did,
was
yeah.
nuts.
Someone give you some pennies.
That's Brian.
So,
Oh, cheers,
you have
Brian.
accepted the
Thank you.
truth.
Very kind of you,
Oh,
Brian.
have you accepted the truth?
What's that?
Did this just come up saying, oh, you've accepted the truth?
What truth is this?
Okay. I have to apologise, my dear missus. She doesn't hear everything.
What truth is this?
It's Star Wars. It's a soundbite.
Ah.
When people do a super chat, it comes up with a soundbite.
Oh, I see.
But you probably didn't hear it.
Oh, right.
You didn't hear that, did you?
No.
Oh dear.
And I'm very sorry, people, but I'm sort of over 60% deaf, so I don't always hear everything. And sometimes I say silly things because I don't hear things. I think I've heard something and I don't. All the while.
You said to me the other day you quite like the fact that you're partially deaf, well, about 70% down on your hearing, because then you don't have to listen to me, is what you said.
Yeah, but that can get a bit of a lonely world if you can't hear anybody.
Just saying. Oh, bliss.
Well, you would probably like it because you're a bit of a recluse and you love your own company.
Why love my own company? That sounds terrible. Oh, I'm so great. I love my own company.
He does.
No,
He does.
No, I like to get on with stuff.
And he's a bit recluse. He
I
doesn't
am.
like to
I like
leave
making
the house.
things and-
He doesn't like to leave the house.
I'm a
He
bit
gets a
ins-
bit
I'm-
worried if he leaves the house.
Worried? Who get worried when he leaves the house? That's silly.
He only goes out to do shopping.
God, yeah, her fault. She didn't spend all the. Yeah, we won't have to go shopping either. Then I could be in the house even more. Actually, to be fair, we have got quite a large house.
We've got a very large house. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. A 2-bedroom flat would cost more than this place.
Yeah.
In the UK.
That works the wrong way though, because when we had 6 children and living in England, we had a smaller house, and now we're all on our own in rural France. We've got a big
Well,
house.
the kids were fine when they're smaller because you could pack them.
We did a full
Stack
one
them.
bedroom at one point.
We did, yeah. It was quite a cool bedroom though. They had like, what was it now? They had Thundercats on one wall. They had Thomas the Tank Engine on another.
You have accepted the
and
truth.
Transformers on the other wall.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, we've gone a bit off track.
We are.
Because there's a few points we kind of we thought about, or you actually come up with. I don't know if you want to elaborate on them.
Well, we've
you
already
talk
said
about.
30 hours is not full time, and we've already said that. There's staffing as well. When they, at the moment, staffing for 3 to 5-year-olds are 7 children per 1 adult, but the younger children, it's going to be 1 to 3-year-olds is 1 adult for every 4 children, and up 9 months to 12 months is going to be 3 children for every 1 adult. So that's going to take a lot more staff, of course. So I can't see how this is going to work, because obviously they need to pay the money, and is it then going to be cost effective for these nurseries to take younger children?
I don't know about you, but when you have kids and you don't have them all at the same time, they're not necessarily all the same age. Obviously, they won't be. They'll be different ages. So I see a problem here. For instance, for the nurseries, they're going to have either cope with mixed children, not mixed children, but mixed age groups in the nursery, or they're going to have to separate them.
Well, most nurseries are separate rooms.
So obviously that makes more sense. But
So
that's more cost.
that is definitely more cost, and obviously it's a lot more expensive to do childcare for a child under 3 than it is to do 3 to 5.
No, I don't. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I did read earlier that the cost of the money's been offered. This is the other thing about Jeremy Hunt. I could say something rude, but anyway, I mustn't, because you see, it's a family show. Talking about children. Well, yes, Jeremy Hunt.
It's after the war.
Well, that's all right. And he's a complete. He likes to talk a whole load of.
What a load of bollocks!
That's because good for the microphone. The sound's off.
Oh, okay.
He says what whole load of B word.
Oh, okay.
Holics.
Naughty words.
Yeah.
I don't like naughty words.
Oh, don't you?
I don't swear, do I?
Anyway, Jeremy Hunt, yeah, he makes it out to sound like, we could get 30 hours. Unfortunately, the way it's been paid is not by 30 hours, but they're dictating what they're going to pay. And the problem is the amount that's going to be paid based on what they're going to, on the 3-year-olds, which is already available, is not enough to cover the costs for the nursery. So the nurseries are not going to be able to actually provide the service because they're not going to have enough money.
But also,
It's got to be subsidised somehow.
Also, these 30 hours are only paid for 38 weeks. So if you want them to have your child in nursery for the 50 weeks or whatever, it actually only works out to 21 hours a week paid nursery.
So basically,
only 2 days.
Okay, so the 50, how many weeks?
50, say 50.
38 weeks, you said?
Yeah, 38 weeks.
It's 38 weeks. Is that 38 weeks at school?
Yes.
Normally?
Yes. So it's only paid
So
in term time.
they're not allowing for the fact that these places charge...
Still charging the holidays? No. So if your child, you can only get then 21 hours
Right, okay.
a week.
So that's not very helpful, is it?
No, because you're still going to have to pay the second half of it. That's
So-
only going to cover one half of it.
So how are they going to do it? How are they doing it at the moment, then?
That's the same at the moment.
Yeah, but if for instance, they're surviving... Oh, no, because they're getting money directly,
Yeah,
aren't they?
because what happens is
Parents
that
have to pay the full
parents
amount.
are going to have to
Yeah,
pay the
they're
top up.
subsidising the running of the nursery.
Yes.
Or they were.
Yeah.
So they're going to lose all those full payments from the parents
Yeah,
because they'll be replaced with payments from the state,
which is less.
which is less.
Which is not helping childminders, which are a small
And you know what that
business.
means, don't you?
What's that?
Well, they're closed down.
Well, of course they will. Well, our oldest son's nursery closed down.
Yeah.
about
That was last year, and that was
6 months
staffing
ago.
issues, wasn't it?
They couldn't get enough staff. And it's only just sort of outskirts of Norwich.
It's a mess, really, isn't it?
Mm.
It's completely that mess.
It is.
So,
I think that's virtually that on that, really.
Well, you did say some other things earlier. I can't remember what they were, though.
No, what did I say?
But then we need to go on to Pip.
Mm.
Now, if you know a little bit about us, you know, this is oh yeah, just in case you didn't know, this is my missus.
Hello.
Yeah, her indoors. Got small feet. Get closer to the. Well,
I hope people feel sorry for me. This is why I have to put up with all of mine.
it's all the while.
It's actually true, really. I don't, when's the last time you washed up?
I use a dishwasher. In fact, actually, in my defence,
You clean the dishwasher.
I do clean the dishwasher because he never does. It's disgusting.
Do you know what happened? When I go on holiday, when I go to England for a couple of weeks, when I come back, I've got 2 weeks worth of washing because he doesn't use the washing machine.
I've got lots of socks.
But in the summertime, what he does is he goes into the shower and washes his clothes in the shower and put them out to dry outside.
Yeah. Only in the summer when it's hot. Sometimes I'll just wash myself and my clothes, and then I'll just run around because half the time in the workshop, you see, get covered in dust. So what difference does it make? So I just run around a bit. It's so flipping hot sometimes. Sometimes when we had the trampoline out there, so I used to dry one day. I used to jump on the trampoline. You sweat perfectly.
With no clothes.
Yeah, literally.
People don't want to know that, though.
Can you remember when?
Can
you remember when? Yeah, I know we don't have a lot of electric because we've got the solar and stuff. But can you remember when the guy turned up to read the meter?
What? Yeah.
And I was in the nuddy.
I usually wear a bikini, so I'm all right.
Actually, she wears my mankini.
You've got a mankini, have you?
No.
I'd like to see that.
Oh my God, this is getting a bit. Oh no, let's not go there. Leave that for Max to spare. Anyway, so Pips. What my point was, what I was leading on to, I've got 6 kids, right? So we've got our eldest who works in the museum service, Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've got Matthew. He's the next one down. We'll get into in a minute. Then we've got, Darren, who lives here in France. And then we've got
Karina, who some of you might have met before.
You did? Oh, yeah, I did a live show with her, didn't we, last year?
Yeah.
Was it the year before?
No.
Might have been the year before.
Yeah,
that was a charity. We was doing a charity thing, wasn't it?
That was November the year before, so it's probably sort of about 15, 16.
Well, she's actually changing in the middle of changing jobs, isn't she?
Hopefully, yeah.
She's in training for it. She's going to be a prison officer.
Right. Good job.
Well, it's good. Yeah, it's a good job.
And then we've got Stefan, who's a chef.
Yeah, Stefan's a chef, and
And
then Yasmin just pops out babies.
No, she's not. She's done a degree as well.
And pops out babies. We're getting another one.
She's on her 4th.
Yeah, a little boy.
A little boy. She's got 3 little girls already. They're lovely.
So a second book got how many grandchildren? 10.
We've only got 2 boys. Our oldest daughter's got a little boy, Jack, who's 11, and Yasmin's now having a little boy. So that'll be our second boy. But we've got 8 girls.
They're doing their bit. It's all about the greater good, you see. Yeah, it's about getting them into the workforce. Don't tell Jeremy Hunt. Oh, yeah, no.
Well, we'll help them with the population problem.
Well, exactly is what I mean. Oh, so Larry the cat. Cheers, my friend. Some tosh towards the mankini. Oh,
the mankini. You've got to buy one now.
Can I make my own out of some old sisal rope?
So,
get some more
you have accepted the
donations for one. You can
See, it
buy
comes up
one.
there. See, it comes up there and it tells me on there. You see. And then it says, then it has a little sound trap which you can't hear.
Oh, I can't hear it.
Yeah, but it's handy for me because if I'm jabbering, I hear it. You see.
Right.
That's
okay.
it.
So you
Just
need a mankini now.
I need a mankini, but one that doesn't pinch.
What's
Thank
a
you.
mankini look like?
Oh my God! Do you really want to know?
No.
Do you remember Borat?
No. Is it something stupid like a big,
It does go up there like that, and
like a bit of a strap going up here with just holding the sack?
pretty much it's spot on and stretchy.
With a thong at the back.
I've never looked that close, but yes.
Oh right, okay. Might be a bit.
Whistles in the wind. It does.
Yeah. I think I'll not think about that one.
They're available in green and orange.
No, some people think about that.
Debbie, not very adventurous, are you?
So, are we going back to our?
Anyway, where were we?
Matthew?
Yes. Anyway, so back to Matthew. Matthew, our boy, he's got a condition called torsion dystonia.
Generalised dystonia, which is uncontrollable muscle spasms.
There's a part of his brain called the basal ganglia that sends out the signals from his brain to his muscles, and well, it sends them out jumbled up. So, like you and I were going, for instance, I go over here, and I'll grab my drink. You've been supping on that.
No,
I'm sure the level's gone
I
down.
don't like it.
Well, but for Matthew, he struggled. He go all over the place until finally he gets it, and then because his muscles are working against themselves, and he's got these spasms.
And poor Matthew gets some spasms in his vocal
Well, it's generalised,
vocal cords as well, which makes it difficult for him to
Communication's
communicate
difficult.
and that. But I mean, he's a very intelligent lad. He's done
2 degrees.
2 degrees.
2 degrees.
And
Not the singers. No. Was it 3 degrees?
no,
But yeah, so Matthew, he receives personal independence payments. Well, there's mobility at one point. We get mobility, and then there's disability
there's
benefit.
another thing that go with it, but the PIP, he gets PIP.
Yeah. So whenever they make changes, it's sort of like it brings it all up into your throat. And you think, oh God, what next? What other hassles are we going to have? Such as these assessments. Now, Matthew has attended assessments before. There was a period where they came to the house twice before the
No, they
comparison.
do come to. What happens is they were coming to his house every couple of years to do an assessment. Last time they wanted him to go to a centre.
Yeah,
I had to really push for him not to go to the centre because it's really, really difficult for him to get on a bus or get in a taxi and to get to the centre. Then they said there was a couple of steps. He's in a wheelchair. He can't get
this is the thing. These centres are set up like this. Where do you get doorknobs, for instance? They put doorknobs because I can't open doors, or if you open a doorknob, you just come in there, aren't you? They put steps in the way. It's almost like it's a conspiracy theory, I suppose. But at the end of the day, it feels like they're doing it on purpose to make it look. If you manage to get into this blinking building, you clearly aren't that disabled.
So in the end, I really had to put myself out, and they said that they would send someone round to see him, which my oldest son was there at the time, and someone came round, and the person was really, really nice, and they actually apologised, said we shouldn't be here, we shouldn't need to be doing this. So
Matthew's condition comes under a permanent disability. It's like losing both legs. Not necessarily going to grow back, are they?
He was okay until he was 8. This didn't start until he was 8.
Yeah.
Just did it.
No, it didn't. Well, when he first got, crikey, the first diagnosis was stress.
All in his head.
It was all in his head, apparently.
Yeah.
Technically, I suppose I was. But, and then...
I think a health visitor noticed that one leg was longer than the other or something.
No, we went
I
back.
wondered.
We went back. So we don't have any of this. He's a happy lad. It's just ridiculous. And anyway, we went back. Was it Dr. Everson?
I don't know if someone referred us back to.
No,
the
we went back to say that we don't have any of this. We changed our doctor in the end over this. And anyway, we went back, and then they got pushed. Went through the Jenny Lind Hospital and what have you.
And Dr. Beach.
And Dr.
brilliant
Beach.
Doctor.
And after a lot of diagnosis, quite a long period of time, and you always think about the worst. I mean, think of things like Parkinson's and all these things, childhood Parkinson's. So all this stuff was coming up.
It took about 2 years.
And it took about 2 years to find out what was wrong with them. And they found out it was this torsion dystonia, which is it was kind of a relief, but it was also where do you go from here? I won't say it's a relief in the sense that it could have been a lot worse than what we've, the condition that Matthew's got is. It comes in, it's like a whole family of conditions. Very, very similar. So it writes cramp, for instance, or when somebody's like looking over one constantly looking over one shoulder. Eye flicker, and all. There's lots and lots of
more minor ones.
All caused by the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
The same problem is all to do with the basal ganglia, and it's part of the brain. They have the wrong signals, big stack jumbled signals, and but Matthew's got it generalised. So
he's always been such a determined boy, though. He's always tried his best and got.
So it's generalised torsion dystonia, so as in torso.
Yeah.
So it's right into basically up to his neck, down into his legs, and what have you.
Yeah.
So he does struggle. And he finds things very, very difficult because of that.
He needs to sort of lay flat most of the time to ease the spasms.
But whenever these kind of announcements are made, because they've been here before, you see. Not just Matthew, other people who are disabled as well. They've been here before, where they make these kind of changes and they just pull the rug out.
It's stressful.
And they try and make out as like it's all all very kind of softly approached, and it's not. Some of it's quite harsh. And the idea here is they want to get people into the workplace again. Like I say, the solution. Let's rejoin the EU.
Which is good if that's what they.
Okay, it's a dreamy thought, but I know it's not likely to happen. Yeah. But yeah, it's the idea that Matthew is going to be able to enter the workforce anytime. There are jobs he could do, to be fair, but he can't work full time. If he did do any work, it can't be full time. Now, when I heard this announcement, when Jeremy Hunt was saying about, I come and saw you, didn't I? So they're doing something. I haven't read into it, but it looks like they're doing something regarding getting disabled people into the workplace. I thought it was a good idea because we've talked about this so many times before, haven't we?
Yeah.
There's a massive block for disabled people to get into the workplace, even if they want to.
They're not even allowed
or
to
capable of.
They're not even allowed to do charity work because that's classed as they can work. So then they would have to be in a work they could then.
The problem is it's inflexible. It's not flexible.
No.
And I was hoping that his announcement was going to be something that's flexible, and it's not. The only flexibility is what they're saying now is that if you enter the workplace and it doesn't work out, well then you can quickly get your benefits back. But we don't know if that's true, do we?
No, a lot of people aren't prepared to
take the risk.
Because it's very hard to get onto disability.
Because when your those kind of payments are stopped, they take ages to reinstate if there's a problem. But also your housing.
Yeah, and council tax.
Also, many people, not our son, he can't drive, but have a car. You paid for via their mobility, so they can get about, so a bit of independence. All he had to do to open this up to open work up to people who are disabled. All he had to do was make it flexible.
To allow them, even if they can do 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week, allow them to do whatever they can do.
Yeah, so
and adjust their payment to suit.
Yeah. To me, that was just logical.
So they didn't lose anything.
And we've talked about this so many times, and I don't understand why they didn't do that. Instead, they just done something that's just so woolly. It doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense at all. So
So this isn't going to work for someone like Matthew or
Matthew's not going to benefit from it.
No.
He's just got another hassle.
No, that will work for people on short-term disability, on people who can get back into workforce full-time. Obviously, that may well be a good thing for them.
Well, people like Matthew, his condition's not going to change. It's not all of a sudden going to be cured.
Yeah.
But you've got people out there who, for instance, maybe they have lost a limb or something like that, and they potentially can get back into the workplace, but they might need some assistance to do so. Does it cover those as well or not?
Possibly.
Do they come under, permanent workplace? People who have got disabilities, such as, like, for instance, I don't know, I'm going to say it again, they lost a limb, but then they got prosthesis. I can't say it now.
Yeah. I
False
don't know.
leg.
I think that's just saying that's going to help people get into the workforce and support them when they're there. I don't know what it really means is going to happen, but if it is going to happen, it's a good thing. But then a lot of people can't. I mean, you've got someone on here. Was he saying his partner's disabled?
Vipec, Joe Marios. My partner's disabled, and she had 3 strokes. Has not been able to do much. Oh my god! And I see how much needs to be done for equality to be equal. Well, there was the 1995 Disability Discrimination Act, the DDA Act, which was supposed to be enforced in 2004, and that got dragged out again and again and again, and it's still not enforced. They say it is, but it's not.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about disabilities is nobody's the same. You technically got a disability. Caroline's got, she's 70% down in her hearing, and she's classed as a risk. Believe you me, she is a risk.
I am. That's not funny, really.
No, that's true.
If I'm out walking, I can't hear the cars coming up behind me. And on car parks, I can't hear the cars. You have to sort of...
No, that's true.
You have pulled me out the way a few times.
Several times. I've also pushed you in the way as well.
You probably like to sometimes.
But no, everyone, in disabled, not everybody's the same, are they? Like, I know that Daily Blase has problems with your leg, don't you, buddy?
It's right about mental health as well.
That's a real valid point. Well, you talk about hidden disabilities,
which is harder in some respects because.
Well, actually, but I've got a hidden disability. Well, actually, this is a full show, but I've got. No. I'm talking about me.
No.
Because I've got a thyroid problem. I have fibromyalgia.
You have.
So I get chronic pain disorder.
Sometimes you're in a lot of pain, and sometimes you're okay.
Yeah, it's like not all the time.
I didn't. You used to do a lot of building work before you moved here, and you wouldn't have been able to do that now.
No.
You couldn't manage it.
No. That's right. Karina's here.
Oh, my daughter's here.
Speaking of that,
wow, look.
Shush! I hope she wasn't listening earlier. Oh my God!
No, she's lovely. Leave her alone. Go on.
All those things you were saying about her.
I wasn't pushing.
Push her. What do you push her? What do you have to push?
No,
PIP applications are currently taking 18 months to process, and 80% are being declined and have to go through mandatory consideration, which can take a further 6 months. How on earth are you supposed to manage in between?
Because Karina helps with homeless and homeless people get back to get accommodation and get back into work. So obviously she deals with a lot of disability and people with mental health.
So So everybody, Karina, my daughter, is in the house. Let's all tag her. Oh, yeah, it's true. It's maddening.
Honest, and electric cars will even be harder for me.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. So with electric cars, says Brian Maguire, even with the acute hearing, car parks will be dangerous for everybody. That's a really valid point. Because you can't hear these flipping electric cars. They're so quiet. They're whisper quiet, aren't they?
Someone's speaking to Karina with Lefty.
Lefty Boater! You chatting my daughter up?
He said he's in the middle of line for a PIP.
Yeah. He's got is it ADHD, Lefty Boater? Is it ADHD?
No, he's going to go to the job centre to show them my depot.
Even younger. Oh, so yeah, so in the middle of Lefty Boat was saying that I'm just in the middle of applying for PIP, personal independence payment. And this is replying to my daughter. And I've actually got to go to the job centre to show them my deed poll. What's a deed poll?
It's a deed poll.
A deed, as in a deed, be like you have for your house.
Deed poll for your house, or?
So I imagine that's the evidence to say that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're bipolar, ADHD and bipolar too.
Oh.
Okay. Cheers, my friend. He's on Twitter. We often speak on Twitter.
Like Queen was saying, it's really, really hard at the moment. 80% of people have been turned down.
80%.
So are these people going to want a chance to come and offer disability to actually start working? And do you blame them if they don't?
Well, they shook up all the Whitehall as well, didn't they, for the applications and stuff. So that all got split up and moved about again at huge cost.
Yeah.
Was it $1.5 million or something that costed to shake it all up again? So it's not great, is it? Oh, Vipex says, all sorts of people have a go at me for saying I don't work, but I do. I'm my full-time job. I'm looking after Debbie. Well, yeah, of course. And I will challenge anyone to dispute me on this. Now, we also did this with Matthew.
Yeah, it's probably more than a full-time job because it's like 24/7. A lot of these people care when they care.
Well, obviously, we don't know the level of Vipex, Debbie's condition, do we? We don't know how bad it is. But the problem is people pass judgment without actually knowing the facts of the matter.
But some carers, are working 24/7.
Oh, this will get you. This is in France, right? My dear wife went for a hearing test, didn't you?
I did.
Not the one you went for the other day.
No,
because that was fine, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But you have the system.
It was like at a centre where I have to go in a little box and they test my hearing.
They try poster. You can't post a person.
They go on.
But anyway, we went to this centre's clinic in Limoges for having your hearing test.
Yes.
It works different here than it does in the UK. So this is all part of the social care system here. So you went in to have your hearing test, which was brilliant, really. But apart from the old geezer, he was all right. The one's about 105 or something like that. He was ancient, wasn't he?
Oh, he was.
I don't know.
This one wasn't.
No, this one. It's Caroline. She's in there having the hearing test.
And I had to repeat words that he was saying.
Yeah.
But I couldn't hear the words.
She couldn't hear them.
Properly, and he was sort of getting annoyed because my friend.
She couldn't hear. Because she couldn't hear. But you couldn't hear anyway. You couldn't hear nothing.
Even if it was English, I'd have had trouble.
And you have to take your hearing aids out.
Yeah, without the hearing aids. Can I hear you without my hearing aids?
No. No, not at all. You lucky devil. So yeah, it's not perfect here by no means, but you do get seen, and you get seen quickly. Okay. That's a massive difference.
Very quickly, yeah.
You got seen the other day, didn't you?
Yeah. What for? My kidney.
Oh, kidney. Oh, something else. Okay.
I keep getting kidney infections, so I'm having a scan and I'm having another procedure where they look into your bladder.
I've got an endoscope. I've got a little USB one. Will that do the job?
Well,
Can I use that?
Endoscope. It's called something else, but some signs.
No, it's a uteroscopy or something. Uteroscopy.
Something like that.
No, ureoscopy. That's basically they're going. They're going to go and have a look at Caroline's pee hole.
Yeah, that sounds a bit horrible. So I'm not thinking about it.
No, I just did. I just told everybody.
No, that's not a very nice thing to be telling everybody.
Anyway, let's move on. Oh, so I was only diagnosed in January. You've had this for ages, buddy.
Oh God! Does it take a long while for him to get diagnosed?
Must have been. How long did it take to get diagnosed, Lefty Boater? He's diagnosed in January after 3 months of hypomanic episode with a huge crash. Still getting used to the meds. Blimey.
Yasmin said French hospitals are good because you get fed mussels in hospital. That's our younger daughter.
You do. You get fed mussels.
And salmon.
Unless you're on day procedure, and then every single time you might get it'll be a ham roll.
A ham or cheese roll with a compote and a little cake in a little packet. Yeah.
Oh, Jasper's saying he's got a kidney and bladder infection. Ouch. Check whether or not you got stones, buddy.
It's really, really painful.
Make sure you got
I
stones.
think that's what they're probably looking for, to see if I've got stones or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's very, very painful, isn't it?
You got a pair of stones?
No, it's not. It's very
Oh,
painful.
now she tells me.
You get a lot.
I never noticed.
Back pain as well with it, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Mm.
So, who
You've got
recently?
your younger daughter on there now.
I've got Yasmin here as well. Oh my God! It's a family event.
That's only because I was talking to her earlier. So.
My youngest daughter's here as well, Yasmin. She's the one who's popping them out. Another one.
But she had a baby. She had her oldest baby.
And they
hair.
fit the zip.
She had her oldest baby hair, didn't she?
She did.
Little
Yeah, my little Grace. You've seen Grace before,
Yeah, she was
and
born
it's
here.
she was born here. So yeah,
they're very,
mothered,
very good.
mother. Grace's mother's here.
Yeah, they're very, very
Oh,
good.
blimey, I've got to be careful
Yasmin
now.
was in the hospital here at Saint Julian in
San Juan, yeah, San Juan
is really lovely, and the food was actually amazing, and the help and support there is good.
They stole little Grace. They
did,
stole
thought she was
when she was
lovely.
born. They stole her, and they start showing her to all the other people in the hospital.
Did
Yeah, Yasmin's, where's my baby?
no, there was one particular nurse really loved it, didn't
Yeah.
she?
Oh, the baby beautiful.
Oh, she was.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
is.
what's past tense? That's not me. Don't let Grace hear you
She's
say
not
that.
a baby now.
Grace knows what past tense is. I know that when she was here and was doing her English.
But she's not a baby anymore. She's a little girl, isn't she?
She's always a girl.
Well, no, she's
She's
a
born
lovely
that
little
way.
girl now, not a baby.
In this case.
They're all little girls. We're no babies now. Not until Yasmin has one.
Blimey. So, yeah. Best behaviour. I know. I'm going to have to be quiet. Yeah. Oh, Yasmin, if you're still watching, if you are watching, I think you need to see that this is really important. You need to watch this. Who shared it? Was it Karina shared that with you?
No.
Oh.
Just come up on
It's like a little hamster.
what you call them? Facebook, where you get them
Instagram.
That was on
Facebook,
Instagram.
Facebook
No, it
Reels.
wasn't Instagram, that was on Instagram.
That's Facebook.
That one was.
Okay. Yeah, I just
But
remember
there
tick when I
wasn't
saw
anything-
that.
No one shared. That was just there.
Oh, anyway, we've gone off track again.
Oh, someone never get muscles.
I never get muscles. I never eat enough.
Oh no. Is it because you? Is it because?
I
because
never
you-
get muscles.
Oh, muscles.
Oh, you ever eat? Oh, crikey!
Oh, you need more
I
muscles.
think you're so.
Maybe you need to do some keep fit or.
It's just called that little kid, King Yon Son.
Yeah, well, she has been said. She's just something like
Oh, is she? Oh, she has been. That's
Aw.
hilarious. She has been. Yeah, that's gonna be your little boy.
Oh, that seems to be a shout.
Joe says muscles €1.90. Crikey, €1.90 in the supermarket today. That's cheap. Normally get about €4 at the minute, isn't it? €4.50
Yeah,
euros in France.
They're very expensive, are they?
No,
But
but
do
oh,
you remember little Grace?
mules
Do you
marinade.
remember little Grace eating them when she was about 15 months old?
Yeah.
We went to a restaurant and I gave her one and she wanted more.
But don't get excited about mussels. If you're in the UK, do not eat mussels. No, they're full of poo.
I've got some mussels.
Not those sort of mussels.
Oh.
They're spelt different.
Oh, okay.
Mules and Fritz. Here in France, they're depurated, you see. They're cleaned.
Oh,
In the UK, they're not.
look, he says that Debbie loves babies.
Debbie loves that baby. What, that little one there?
That baby on there.
Oh dear. Hello, Debbie. Oh dear. So in Portugal, we eat seafood like the Japanese. Do you know what? I'd love to eat seafood like the Japanese, but I'll tell you what though, it's too flipping expensive.
You love sushi?
I love sushi. I do. But it's very expensive here in France, fish.
You could make it
I think it is
yourself.
anyway.
You could make it yourself.
I can't make fish.
No, you can't make fish.
I do
but you
make
can
sushi. Jasmine knows I make sushi.
Well, someone's on sleeping tablets.
Josh says I don't eat seafood. I do like seafood. Eat it. I do. What was that again? Scroll.
Someone says she's
Sleeping
up to the
tablets
sleep.
don't work so bad, man.
You tried meditation.
Meditation.
Yeah, the music, whale sounds.
What about womb music?
Yeah.
That'll send you to sleep.
We don't know.
I don't know. No,
Some don't know. It's not, you shouldn't knock it because sometimes that do actually work for me. Sort of.
I just listen to you and I fall straight asleep. It's like
Actually, Marcus can
like a necrophiliac.
Marcus can be chatting and asleep within about 30 seconds.
I can.
He just hits his head and he stops.
It might be the fact that I'm always making videos at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Could that be a reason why?
Maybe.
I think possibly. I'm
okay most of the time. Some nights I am awake. I was going to come.
Oh, Jessica says fromage frais. You like fromage frais? So yeah. So anyway, Matthew regarding his PPE, not personal. No, because no personal independence payments. He's okay, isn't he? He's going to be okay.
He's going to be okay. And this doesn't affect him, and he'll be okay.
But people like like Lefty Boater, for instance, they're going to be on his back.
They are.
They're going to put under stress and it's harassing.
Like how Karina was saying, like 80% of people claims are being denied, and they have to
But also, that's the PIPs is going to be replaced, isn't it, by universal credit or something? Universal credit health entitlement.
Give children away. So that person who can't sleep, they do want to know if you want 2 children.
That'll help you. Okay. That'll help you sleep, not if they're awake.
What's she mean? And she'll send them to me to help me sleep.
I'll send you Tochi and Aina. That'll help you sleep.
I think she mean to me, probably.
You mean that tire you out so much you'll fall asleep anyway?
Well, that do.
Yeah, Tommy Gunn, I hope you're well, my friend.
That is true. When you have young children, you get tired, and all you do is you lay on the pillow and fall asleep. But that's when you get older.
But you talk about that, but it's like if you're saying about disabilities, when everything is harder. If you've got a disability, even for people like Lefty Boater, who's got his ADHD and bipolar too, everything is harder because you have episodes and you get tired.
Well, you do.
Worn out.
You do.
And you're not always obliging.
No.
Because you're tired and worn out, but also someone like Lefty Boater, obviously with his conditions.
Well, I think it's still more difficult.
Even harder. But like Matthew, for instance, who has torsion dystonia, generalised torsion dystonia, his body's constantly working. The only time it isn't working is actually when he is asleep. He's still. All the rest of the time, he's moving all the while. So he's just because he's constant in spasm. So his body's always moving.
It's very difficult for him to put a lot of weight on as well because,
Yeah, but there's the thing about disabilities, and no 2 disabilities are the same, unless it's the same disability, obviously. But but generally speaking, there's how you can clump all this lot into one basket to try and be one shoe fits all.
Yeah,
it's never going to work. It's so multifaceted. You have to have a policy in place that can actually cope with the fact that everybody has very different conditions, even sometimes the same conditions at different levels of.
Yeah, I think it's a lot harder for people like Lefty Boater there because his disability is not visual like Matthew's.
Well, it can be sometimes. Even an episode, it'll be very visual.
But you can see Matthew, like he's in a wheelchair, he's having spasms. That's sort of like a bit more straightforward. When some of these conditions are quite hidden, and it's really hard to.
Talking about Matthew though, our oldest son was very, very naughty.
Why?
Wayne.
What did he do?
Oh, he was very naughty.
What did he do?
He went to a gig. Was it? Which one was it? Reading Festival?
When?
With Matthew.
Oh, he did, yeah.
He went to a gig. And what happened? You can tell him. No, tell him.
Oh, no, he was with Matthew, who's disabled, and there was a load of other disabled people. And they said, oh, did you come last year? And he said, yeah, but we were in the fields with the...
normal people.
But he didn't mean it like that, but he felt so bad afterwards. But actually, this is not the worst. You know, Mark...
Oh, no, don't tell him that.
When he was at college...
That was
when we were first together.
No, we're not. That was 2002. That was
2002, quite a while ago, about 20 years ago. Anyhow, he was doing this course with this chap who had one leg.
Yeah,
and
this guy who did karate with one leg. I know it's just crazy to watch.
And he said this.
He's a very nice bloke.
You're
No, what? Can I tell the whole story?
Go on,
Because
you
what
tell
it was is that they wanted to know our inside leg measurements and all that sort of stuff, how much we weighed and stuff like that. And we were given all this is to do with our college applications and stuff. So we went into the office, and I was on a bit of a sugary high. I don't do drugs or anything like that. She'll vouch for that. But, anyway, I get a bit excitable. You might have noticed, but I do get a bit excitable about some things. And what happened was, I was filling these forms in and what have you. She's asked us questions. So I give me my weight. That was a bit embarrassing, I think. And then, oh God, I've got his name now. Steve put his weight. I thought, it's way less than mine. And I got so piped up without even thinking. I said, that's because you're half a man. And I thought, I just blurred. I didn't even know why I said that. I thought it was funny at the time, but it clearly wasn't. It was just I felt so bad. I instantly knew what I said was just cruel.
But sometimes people do say these things and they don't actually mean.
Oh no, I didn't mean it in malice. I didn't mean it in malice at all. But it was.
I
at the time I was just I just blurted. I was just stupid. Yeah. And even to this day I feel guilty about it. I really do.
He's probably forgot about it.
Oh, he probably has, yeah. But I couldn't believe it.
Your things are gone.
My things.
You need to scroll a bit.
So, we're paying €4 for about 1.5 kilos at my local Carrefour in Antwerp.
Oh, right.
Brian says, obviously for mussels. Mussels are cheap. Who steams their mussels? Got to steam your mussels and do some mules marinara or something, like wine sauce.
Oh, you're right, in Scotland apparently.
Oh, Scotland.
Yeah, they apparently can have Scottish mussels and no crap.
You know why that is, though? There's a reason for that, Mad Monk. It's because you're actually using your CSOs, your combined sewage outlets, correctly as you're supposed to. Unlike those pesky Tories allowing the privatised sewage works to pump all the sewage into the rivers and seas, cause all sorts of problems.
Yeah.
Killing the rivers.
Yeah.
So the River Wee is dead, and that was it the right? Why? Why?
More.
Well, more what?
Because it got any more? Is it?
No, that's it.
Oh,
so so in Scotland, their wastewater treatment is
their rivers are clean.
It's state owned.
Oh, I see.
It's state owned. So it basically what happens when the state owned company. That's effectively what it is. It's runs a company, but effectively the shares are owned by the state. So any money that's earned, any profits are made go back into the state.
Oh, okay.
So people, benefit from it. But not in England. It's treated as a business, and the shareholders and the profits all come out of the company, and they don't be reinvested back into the treatment plants. All they're interested in is about the shareholders and how much money they can make and how much they can pay bonuses to the CEOs of the companies.
Oh, right.
And the combined sewage outlets they've been used all the time almost in the UK, in England.
So
but Wales has also got problems as well, and Northern Ireland also. But Northern Ireland's wastewater treatment is actually that is state owned.
Oh, that's okay as well.
But it's not.
No,
because they got problems.
Oh, okay.
Their seas are also full of poo.
We're okay here.
Well, we're kind of landlocked here, so I don't think our seas are a problem. They're not on my doorstep. We've got to travel, but God, how many miles?
Huh?
Well, how many kilometres have we got to travel? West to get to the sea? But at least 5 hours, isn't it?
No.
It's not 3 hours.
3.5.
It's 2 hours to get to Bordeaux. No, 2.5, 3 hours to get to Bordeaux.
Yeah, that's a sea.
What? It's inland.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't. This is the closest bit coast here is only about 3.5 hours.
I bet it's more than that. You talk about Ile de Ré.
Ile de Ré, there's something before Ile de Ré. What's that?
It's called the land.
Oh, when I go away, I will go and find out.
When you go away.
When I leave you.
Okay, leave me. Oh dear. So scroll down. There we go. So many friends of mine were diagnosed with autism as the adults, as it is so difficult to get a diagnosis, just because there isn't enough funding to support them as children. I have to ask, why are so many people suffering with autism? Why is that?
I don't know. Maybe we didn't Maybe we didn't.
I put it down to chicken nuggets.
Oh, maybe there's an illness that we didn't recognise before.
That's a distinct possibility. It's a bit like cancer. You just put down to consumption.
Yeah, that was probably under a different heading or something, you know.
Brian Maguire was talking about Northern Ireland, as in the reason why Northern Ireland has problems with the sewage is that the DUP, the Democratic Unionist Party, want to internalise all the XH1 Tango. What?
What's a snowflake alert?
That's Reagan Elite. Hello, Reagan Elite. How you doing? It's Snowflake Show. Oh, okay, yes, a valid point. Actually, on Wednesdays at 9 p.m.
Yes.
It's a Snowflake Show. There's Reagan Elite and Lee Corn. Hello, Lee. Hello, my friend. Hope you're well. And they do their show. It's pretty good, actually, to be fair.
There was Karina put something on there again a minute ago. She said she has that problem every night. What problem does she have every night?
I mean, not getting saucy. Was Karina that's your husband? Problem. No.
That was further up.
Oh, here you go. This is my daughter again. Can I just point out that the stress of the cost of living is already affecting people's mental health? Yes, I can well imagine that. So more and more people are feeling unwell and unable to cope, and the pressure of affording food, etc.
Well, that's true.
Well, what's food inflation at the moment? What's it, 16-17% food inflation?
Yeah.
Farmers' input inflation's at 19% at the moment. So everything is more expensive, and the farmers aren't planting. They cut back.
And the electricity costs and gas prices as well.
Well, yeah, exactly. If you're talking about obviously food production as well, is that all filters down.
It does.
It all starts, had your mouth really, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it makes it really difficult and put a lot of stress on people.
Yeah.
Mental stress, which then makes you feel ill. Then maybe the more people can't work because they're feeling stressed.
Yeah, you do have that effect on me.
Hmm?
Oh, no, what? Let's say what? Oh, there. Oh, Lee Corn says evening, AllShorts and Caroline. Yeah, Lee Corn, he's been here. He has.
Oh, he did. He's
Yeah,
the
he
nice
brought me-
gentleman who left you lots of beer.
He brought me some beer, some nice beers, didn't he?
And he had two lovely children.
He did, 2 lovely children. You still got them?
I hope so.
Oh, dear me. So yeah, scrolling down. Yeah, no, it's a valid point though, isn't it? It's mental health, all this creates pressures. Now I know that I don't know if number 3's here today actually, but number 3 was he off suffers with mental health.
Oh, right, okay.
But a lot of people do. We all get up and down, but some people are more severe than others, aren't they?
Yasmin's put something else again.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, they're in somewhere. They are.
Some of my friends were diagnosed with autism. No, we said already.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, Lee Corn says you can probably go to Vendée or La Rochelle in 3.5 hours. Or maybe how you drive.
Oh, that's right, 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
I was right, you were wrong.
I drive like an old man, I do. I'll tell you what, though, I'll probably do it in 2.5 hours on the motorbike.
I get a speeding ticket like in Italy.
Oh, and Switzerland.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2 speeding tickets the last time he went away with his friend.
It's not difficult, I tell you.
Mm. One in Italy and one in Switzerland.
It's only a little bike. What on about?
It's a big bike.
It's a little bike. The engine's on there. It's no bigger than, say, Ford Escort 1400 or something. No bigger than a Ford Escort 1400 on 2 wheels.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, a geezer. The reason why Northern Ireland has problems, we've done that. Right, so people being locked up during the pandemic, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
may have contributed more to mental health diagnosis. That's a real valid point, that is. It's people get depressed, don't they? You don't venture out, get a bit of sun, get your vitamin D.
They even fire you and sack you for being disabled.
Mello says they even fire you or sack you for being disabled. There are processes involved. Yeah. I used to employ people, and you can't. I tried that, and I did. And I went to court, and I didn't win. So there are processes involved.
That says it happened to him.
Oh right, where's this? Where does it say that?
Mellow.
Mellow says that he can even fire you.
What happened to him?
Oh crikey.
Oh, he's noticed. Oh, yeah.
I know.
Oh, that happens, Lee. My grandson's only 11 and he's taller than me.
Blimey. They do get bigger, don't they? When they get bigger, do they cost more to feed?
Well, the asthma says their rent and council tax has gone up £100 a month this year alone.
Crikey. What about the electric though? I know it's about
Yeah.
400%. As many of you already probably know, because I keep rubbing it in, that for about 4% our electricity's gone up, which is just way below inflation, which is good. We're quite happy with that, aren't we? Our electric bills are quite small.
Well, we're very lucky here because we don't have no mortgage.
Well, I'm here, aren't I?
We have our own water.
It's my water.
And
Well, we've got a well water basically.
And the tax foncier.
Yeah, what they did is you've got tax foncier, which is basically land tax, and you've got your tax habitation. But for people who have got one house,
Well, tax foncier has been stopped, is it?
no,
The
tax
other way
habitation
around? It's been
stopped.
Yeah.
You still have to pay for your bins and TV license and stuff like that via your...
No, TV license stopped. We don't pay TV license anymore. That's why we got a refund last year.
Don't
'cause
watch
it
TV.
stopped. Well, we don't watch it anyhow. But anyhow, we actually only pay €240 a year, and then we pay separately for the bins.
Can I poke somebody in the eye? You'll have to do.
We pay about 130 for bins.
Yeah, so 130 for
year.
130 for bins.
And 240 for
Yeah.
habitation, and that's all we pay.
How many hectares have we got?
and we generate a fair bit of our electricity as well.
About 60-70% we do of electric. And then there's the water obviously from the well, and the solar hot water.
Yeah.
That is a
that's
major
brilliant,
saving.
that is the
Major
best thing
saving.
ever, that is.
And
we grow most of our own fruit and vegetables, and we do lots of canning and freezing and drying.
Yeah, we do. And but the thing is about it is when you do anything regarding growing food stuff, some years are good and some years are bad. So it's all swings and roundabouts. So it depends on the climate. Like last year, it was such a hot season. It's one of the reasons why they're saying one of the problems they have with crops in Morocco and Spain and various other places are complaining about it because it was too hot for germination, and everything got stunted last year.
Someone's saying that do we live in Germany? That says Marcus says food inflation. Some prices are going back to pre-war.
So Ellie the Violet. Evening, possums. Even to you, possum. Marcus, as for food inflation, some prices are going back to pre-war again in Germany. Well, what pre-war? Oh crikey! It's a major problem, isn't it? If you think of food inflation in the United Kingdom alone is about 17%. It's not dissimilar here in France. Our prices are pretty horrendous for lots of foodstuffs. Not everything, but we're crikey. What was peppers? What in our local supermarket? €8? Was that a kilo?
Yeah, they're really
Flipping
expensive
peppers?
at the moment. We thought, well, actually, we got some frozen ones in the end.
Well, bugger, I'm not paying that for
The frozen
peppers.
ones were a lot cheaper.
What would you get for a kilo of peppers? Well, they're big ones, weren't they? So we get about three for a kilo if you're lucky.
Yeah.
They were whoppers.
Yeah.
But still, it's just, whatever it might be. It wasn't great. Quite expensive. And what else was there? Cauliflowers weren't too bad. They've come down a little bit.
Well, about €3.50 now.
Yeah, they were over €4.
We did actually manage to get one about $2.15
$2.15.
a couple of weeks ago, didn't we?
But the prices are generally a lot higher than they usually are. Yeah.
A lot
Considerably higher.
Yeah.
Eggs have gone up. Because, that's
They
quite
seem to go up
topical.
every week. I mean, ours are about 165.
Well, the eggs
10.
the eggs have come down a bit.
Yeah.
They went up to 210. The eggs went up to,
Yeah.
and they come back down to 170.
Well,
Where they originally
165
they were 110 originally.
Oh, right, 165 last week, and he clerk
Okay.
for 10.
Yeah, but they did go over €2.
Right.
And it's just fluctuating like everything. It's just become more and more expensive. And we, you're only a little bit here and a little bit there, but blooming adds up. Like your grandmother used to say, look after the pennies and the pounds will look after themselves. That's what she said.
I think we're probably finished with this disability.
Yeah.
What were you talking about after that?
Can't remember where I was now. I've got my little list up here.
Before, about the Suella Deville.
I was. I might move on from that because I think everyone's. Well, we'll touch on a little bit. 1:44. So it won't be much longer anyway. So.
Do you want me to go away then?
I don't really want you to go away. You're fine where you are if you want to sit there.
We'll sit and watch.
But I do feel a bit odd sitting behind this microphone.
That's probably nice. No one can see your face.
I know. Terrible, isn't it? So even scroll down.
Oh, there's quite a lot there. What?
Yeah,
we missed loads now.
No, you can't do every one.
I think you should.
You really?
Yeah,
it's quite hard on that little screen.
What's further up?
Can't stop going up. Right. Let's go up a little way. I can't do everyone because it becomes so disjointed. What happened? Timing goes out. You see.
Yeah.
So if you keep going right back, and then people forget what the message was. So you've got to be a little bit careful. We always go back if we have to. Yeah. Joe says, "Do vengeance. There, my friend. The only advice I can offer is to find things to distract your mind and focus on being good for yourself." I tell you what, some people do. Yeah. Is try and be good for other people. Stop swearing at people, Duke.
Turds with lettuce. Who's got turds with lettuce? Tory menu, I see.
Turds with lettuce. Yeah, that'd be Liz Truss. She could be eaten by lettuce, isn't she? You know.
Well, you can go up now, can't you?
Yeah. Vipex says, replying to Joa, we just had the largest strike action in the health sector ever, and it's not over junior doctors. Next, public sector. Well, it's in shambles. So what will be police next? They've been saying, well, it looks like the nurses and are going to be getting a bit of extra doll shells. Was it someone else?
€120 for a kilo of honey.
Blimey. So the funny thing about the police is they can't strike. Police have got a union. Have the police got a union? They can't. Police are not.
There isn't no union.
They're not allowed to strike, are they? Police. Police aren't allowed to strike. Nor the military.
I don't think they'll get the support though. There's a lot of bad press with the police.
They're not going to get any support at all. I don't think. And especially everything's been going on at the moment regarding all the rapes and stuff like that. I forgot his name, the guy though. 500 grams for $3.49.
That does make it 7 virtually.
Actually, that is Eddie de Villa, isn't that's 3 peppers in It's like a.
That is a 3 peppers.
That's 3 peppers for 500 grams. The little ones.
He lives in England, yeah.
And then he says, "Yeah, you know Lee."
Yeah, no, yeah. The eggs are very difficult.
I know it's not your real name, Lee. Yeah, Lee Corn says eggs are really hard to get hold of.
Because they've got bird flu, haven't they? In England.
We had bird flu here.
Yeah, but they've had a lot more in England.
Well, no, because that's a major problem. Bird flu as a whole is a major problem. But we're going back to the same problem we had with the vegetables.
Yeah.
The UK imported a lot of eggs.
Oh, right.
And we've got a shortage of eggs.
Yeah.
So they're not going to the UK, are they?
No. It's not.
So it's a knock on problem, isn't it?
Is there any more?
That's what happens. We've got no food security.
Oh, someone said it's to do with the bird flu. Look.
Avian, yeah, bird flu.
We got to get hens. No, we've had them before as well.
We had hens and they got eaten. By was it the fox or was it the pine marten? Could be either.
We had chickens for many years.
And ducks. Muscovies.
For many years, and they were lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Quite hard work and it's very
well, not hard work, but the problem was really that if you want to go anywhere, you always got to think about.
You need to shut them up.
You can't take them with you.
You need to shut them up at night.
Oh my god!
In the morning, don't you?
They're a pain.
What about when you're trying to shut the ducks up and you fell in the water?
The duck's poop is very slippery. I promise you, you do not want to stand in duck poo. You go arse over, your mammary gland. Yeah, straight over. And I did. Rung back.
Let's get to the end of this.
So, so the BBC coverage of the strike was literally non-existent. It was non-existent. God, that was like crazy amount of people. 100, 200,000 people there. Yeah. And they didn't cover it at all. But I don't know if you know, since 2019, the BBC has not covered any of the protests, such as rejoin protests or anything like that, regarding Brexit. Well, not one.
I think they're probably all owned by the government, and they just report what they want.
Oh, you didn't say our BBC, our precious BBC, the public's broadcast. You saying they're not impartial?
No, definitely not.
Did you speak to Gary Lineker about that?
Well,
He'll know.
Very good bloke.
Yeah. So,
Who needs eggs?
25 brands of eggs today in one supermarket. Only 3. Oh, okay. Only 3 were Uslanda.
Who needs eggs?
Who needs eggs when we're feasting on sovereignty? Oh, how lovely. Oh, dear. Because all you need is
We got an oven-ready deal. Put it in the microwave.
I thought you said you needed
no. Just need your oven-ready deal.
Oh, right, okay.
To win an election.
Yeah, let's get to the bottom of this.
Which was, well, half cooked and raw, in fact. They are corrupt, completely and utterly corrupt.
Oh, no, I wouldn't buy. I'm vegetarian, so I definitely wouldn't buy that.
I had to buy battery hen eggs the other day. First time in years. Yeah, there's still battery hens here, but it's more regulated now. But they can't get rid of them all because it's just too many. So they say we want too many eggs. With the added
Kipper.
What's E5 question? E10 question?
E5, E10. Are you talking about the fuel, as in?
Oh yeah,
the ethanol
fuel,
content.
Yeah.
So you got the ethanol contents.
Yeah,
You got the E10, which you don't want to put in some vehicles because they can't cope with the extra ethanol. It burns all the valve seats. Kipper! If it will be oven ready when I burn it to a crisp. In sheer fury, says Duke Vengeance. He's a very angry man, is Duke.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he angry with the government?
Oh, I think he's quite angry at the moment with Elon Musk.
Well, yeah.
He's banned on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, it's not.
Yeah, he's banned.
Why'd they ban you?
He got taken off Twitter.
Why?
Ah, Auslander is foreigner. Ah, I've been speaking German with my nephew. Oh, it's Auslander. Ah, wunderbar.
Ah.
Oh, crikey. Someone said about corruption.
Oven ready, but no oven.
Exactly. Well,
That's funny.
I think we need, just said, I think we need to play this. Someone mentioned something about corruption. Now, you might have seen my little video, about Richie Sunak. Anyway, Carol Vorderman, the, countdown woman, the one who's got a very big brain for maths. She has.
Yeah.
She did about 30 odd years. Anyway, she's Mrs. Countdown. Anyway, Carol Vorderman. Well, she's been calling out Richie Sunak recently. Do you know that?
You said. I do listen to you sometimes.
She said. Yeah. I just relayed it to you.
Yes.
Anyway, this was it. This is on a. You won't hear it because there's been no sound, but they will.
That's all my life then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rishi Sunak, our Prime
This is Carol
Minister,
Vorderman.
co-founded a hedge fund called Theleme, and no one's talking about it. Theleme invested in the last few years £1 billion in Moderna shares. Rishi Sunak said he has put all his assets into a blind trust. He has refused, and The Guardian was the last newspaper to report on this in November 2020. At that point, he refused to say whether he holds assets in Theleme and therefore in Moderna. So that man came out in front of 10 Downing Street as our Prime Minister and said,
I pledge that I will serve you with integrity and humility.
He said pompously.
Transparency, all of this. If you are true to your word, Rishi Sunak, tell us, do you own, through Theleme or any other means, shares in Moderna? Because if you do, are we now talking about insider trade?
But Carol Vorderman, our tiny Prime Minister, has his fingers in a lot of pies, including Ernest Stavro Blofeld, Rupert Murdoch's News Corp.
Prime Minister is largely chosen by dint of how much he's sucked up to the newspaper barons.
The Sun, the Daily Fail, the manipulator of tiny minds. But also Tempur-Pedic International, who supplies beds for the NHS. Not just the odd one or two, but many. Richie Sunak. is bent as a 9-bob note. Allegedly. So there you go. He's been playing silly buggers. But I've actually got the I could have shown you. I've actually got the actual the accounts now of Richie Sunak and that investment by Philene into via his Philene is basically a asset holding company. They invested in the Moderna virus. Or the vaccine, sorry, the Moderna virus.
Oh, he made a joke about strangling Boris. Is that why he got...
Oh, is that why he got struck off?
Yeah, he made a stupid joke about strangling Boris.
Well, I'd say that,
If
probably.
he didn't resign.
Really, that's it?
And that's really it. That's pathetic.
I got struck off on YouTube for a week for calling out Piers Morgan. Didn't I? So...
Oh, God. No freedom of speech anymore.
Nope.
I mean, he obviously is not going to strangle Boris Johnson. That's a figure of speech.
Coral Voldemort's what?
Melt under the TV studio lights.
What? I don't get that.
I don't know.
Allegedly. Oh, you got to say allegedly.
Oh,
Oh, you got to remember that. Always got to say allegedly.
They said she's hot.
Oh, I don't think she does too bad for her age. Do you?
How old is she?
She's in her 60s.
Wow. Well, she looks better than me.
I love you. Oh, there again, she's quite wealthy. And we're not. I can't afford all that plastic surgery.
No.
No.
So what would you do in your plastic surgery?
You're looking
quite like a tummy tuck.
You want a tummy tuck?
Yeah.
I could do.
6 children.
I could do one of them at the moment. And a gastric band.
I had one of them. Well, not really.
No, the gastric band. You had that weird thing, didn't you?
Yeah.
You had a soft thing put on the esophagus, didn't you? Because it's too loose.
They wrapped my top of my stomach around my esophagus so it's stayed shut, so it can open shut because it was permanently opened, and that's making me sick all the while.
Yeah.
But feeling better now.
And now she just farts.
Oh, thank you. I'm going away now.
But you do.
I'm going away.
Actually, to be fair, tonight you haven't done that, have you?
No. Well, that's because all these people have.
Oh, better out than in.
That's what my auntie used to say.
Sir Larry the Cat says, Piers Talbot. What? The Prince Albert of television.
Prince Albert is when you have a piercing in your doodah, isn't it?
Is he doodah?
Doodah.
Draw a picture.
Your wiggly worm.
People don't understand what you mean. I think
Your wiggly worm.
I think you're going to have to explain. I'll get you a bit of paper and a pen.
I'm not good at
You can draw a
drawing.
picture of a Prince Albert.
Your private wiggly worm.
What the? You okay?
I'm sure that's what Prince Albert is.
Oh,
piercing in
dear.
your willy.
I hope my daughters are not there watching at the moment because that'd be a bit odd.
Do you think the UK government is corrupt?
Yes. Oh my God!
Yeah, definitely.
Big time. Do you know what? 2 years ago, I was going to do a video about Richie Sunak. I can't remember who it was though, but somebody still on my channel said, "Oh, be careful what you say about Richie Sunak because his family is extremely powerful." Which there's emphasis. His father-in-law likes going around with Putin. There's lots of pictures on the internet of them together, shaking hands, and the party and all that. And emphasis is still operating in Russia.
I don't know that one. What's a Dutch oven?
You don't want to get into that one, Dutch oven.
I don't know.
It was from the cook on.
Ah.
Yeah, you cook on it. It's an oven for cooking on. I made a meme about Piers Morgan. Says Duke Vengeance. Oh, share it, my friend. Oh, you can't. You're banned on Twitter.
I can send it to you and you can put it on.
Bad Monk. What's Bad Monk said? Oh, really, Brian? We're a tonic. You poor devil.
Like a gin and tonic.
Yeah, or do something. You two are like a tonic for me tonight. Have something for yourselves. Do you want a tonic?
I don't like tonic.
Well, you got the
and I
gin.
don't like gin either.
She's teetotal.
Mm.
You don't drink, do you? No. To be fair, I haven't really been drinking until you. I did buy a bottle of vodka the other day. Yesterday. I haven't. When's the last time I drank?
Well,
Ages
2
ago.
weeks, really.
Yeah. Well, easily.
It's only because I read up and that said you can have vodka on keto.
She drove me
now
to drink.
Now he's drinking.
Yeah, because I'm on this diet, you see, so I've got to be careful.
He was getting a bit depressed for the diet.
Yeah.
Because, I think my oldest daughter's on the same diet, but she's actually got quite a bit of willpower and she's doing very well. And she goes to the gym as well.
You're just saying that because you think she's still listening.
She might be.
She might be. She's probably listening now. She's like, oh, these two, they're terrible. I'll listen to them. Oh, Mum, you're so embarrassing. What was Daddy Blase said?
Trump and is that what it is?
What's that?
The Dutch oven involves trapping a Trump.
Yeah, under the blanket, yeah.
A Trump as in Donald Trump or a Trump as a fart?
Oh, I had some Donald Trump antidotes.
So,
I was going to...
you have
Oh,
accepted
there we go again.
Thank you.
Oh, cheers, Brian. A nice one.
Kind.
Better than any medication, the woe of you. Oh, I think they might like you. I think Brian might like you. You'll live with for 30 odd years, then you might change your mind.
Oh, someone's sitting in an empty house.
Oh, no.
Do you want to sit in an empty house, or is he...
Simon says, he's 55, David Belose, oh. All well, my friend, I'm sitting in an empty house. This is not...
cornflakes.
Why is this jumping up and down like that?
What's someone want to put on the cornflakes?
I don't know. It's all about blind, a trust as Trump handing the reins to his kids. Oh, Donald Trump. Well, he on his own private Twitter.
I think we've gone back a bit.
He made a tweet, like a tweet kind of thing, but it wasn't Twitter. That's his own one. I don't know what they call it, but anyway, I haven't been on there. I don't think I dare. But anyway, it's probably just him on his own. But anyway, he made this tweet thing where he's saying that he might get arrested on Tuesday.
Be interesting.
That will. Because of Stormy Daniels, he bribed her. In fact, he threatened her as well, didn't he? Well, not personally, but he sent someone to threaten her. He's not a very nice man, Donald Trump. But why are we surprised? What are you doing?
I'm looking at this because we'd already seen all this and you went back.
Referring to your Dutch oven, she does do that all the time, just so you know.
Oh, I didn't know what a Dutch oven was.
No, you do it all the time.
Oh, okay.
Trap the wind under the covers. Don't you? Then she holds my head down. That's what she does, don't you?
Oh, audio's back.
She's quite violent. Oh, what's that? So, look. My audio is back in sync. I don't know what on earth is going on there because I've got no control of that. I've got control of the sync. But if it's going in and out of synchronization, why is that? Is it something to do with YouTube Live?
I don't know.
Not syncing the audio with the movement of my mouth?
I don't know.
So, thank God you're not Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh, that says Donald Trump is building a new wall on the Mexican border using Lego.
Using Lego. Well, is it Steve Bannon? Steve Bannon, you already know he got arrested, didn't he, for fraud.
What's the matter?
Doing a GoFundMe to build the wall.
Come here. Wally.
And he didn't build the wall. Anyway, they pocketed, there's about 3 of them involved, and they pocketed the money. I think 1 or 2 of them went to jail, I think, and Steve Bannon managed to get away with it. Anyway, he got arrested in the end, didn't he? I don't know where he is now, but he got arrested on this boat. This boat, which belongs to... Oh, hello, Wally. Got a Wally. He got arrested on this boat that belongs to this Chinese billionaire. And he is, well, as corrupt as Steve Bannon. I can't remember his name now. I think somebody shared the clip with me, actually, via the website. Lady Blase, absolutely, Sir Larry the Cat. I'm very well, thank you.
Good boy, aren't you?
Scrolling up. It's in sync now. It wasn't before, but didn't want to mention it. Not after last week. Caroline, you went there, but when the sync went out last week, we went up and down, backwards and forwards with this sync, and it's kind of making it worse. It was.
Oh, look, we've got a little friend joined us. He's just here for the treats, really.
Is it right, Wally?
Yeah, look, he needs treats.
We haven't got Sebastian, but we have actually got Dora.
Well, I don't know where Bear is.
Dora is over there on the sofa.
Well, you might have to throw her a treat because I can't.
And
No,
she's-
she's coming. Pandora.
What's she running away for? She realised that the camera's on.
Yeah, I don't know where Bear is.
Where's the other one?
You want to go down, Wally?
Look, the missus disappeared. Got rid of her. Look. Oh, yeah. Oh, there she is. So, no.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
I'm playing.
They're playing. The dogs are playing now. They're mad. So, yeah. Brian McGuire says Lee told you 950 milliseconds. Do you no? It was only 4.
Well, I think that's right. That's definitely right. That is. Do you think the media are too focused on
immigration problem.
Focused on the.
I'm going to scroll back up. Okay. I'll just minimise that bit so we can see it.
Where it is now.
Just need to minimise a bit just so we can see it a little bit better. Because I can't scroll up and down. Scroll that down again. Look.
Oh,
Media. Yeah. Let's jump up again. Okay. So do you think the media are too focused on the immigration problem and focused on living a cost crisis? Well, they're focused on... They're feeding their base, aren't they? That's all they're interested in. So, stop the boats! And why is that? It's because...
Coming over here, taking our jobs and our women!
That's why. It feeds the racists out there.
All these poor people.
That's horrible.
Mm.
It's absolutely horrible. You know, we talk about it quite a bit, don't we?
Yeah.
And it's shocking.
Mm.
Because Caroline here, she used to help Calais, didn't you? Go and care for Calais. Well, with the
I wouldn't actually care for Calais. That was people who were wanting to have asylum in France, and they were housing them around this area, and we were helping to collect clothes for them and furniture and help them settling in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what there's one lady you mentioned, the one who had nothing.
All she come wrapped in as a big huge towel or something, and no clothes, no nothing. That's all she had. But there's horrible stories of them being raped and their husbands being killed.
But apparently they're all men. So I don't believe you, Caroline. They're all men.
They're definitely not all men. We were collecting loads of baby clothes and children's clothes and.
But they was just small. They were just small men.
Definitely not. Definitely not. I didn't personally see any, but I know people who worked with a lot of the families, and there was definitely lots of families. There's definitely is still lots of families.
It's considering the amount of negativity flying around the so-called small boats. There's a lot of people who help.
There's a lot of people who help.
They give their time, and they so not
people.
everybody's
There's a lot of
horrible, are they?
No, they're not.
You're not great, though, are you? Really? No.
I try to be a caring person.
You are actually. She is actually. She's, if anything, she's too caring. And I get up in the morning. I'm all snoozy and stuff, and she puts my clothes out at the end of the bed. I said, Caroline, I've got my own legs in the hands. I can do that myself.
And I'll bring your vitamins up.
And you bring my coffee up, don't you?
And coffee. Make you 2 coffees in the morning.
I am very out of sync. I'll be absolutely honest.
He's not a morning person.
Well, no, he won't be if you go to bed 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. You're not going to be a morning person, are you?
We're actually opposites because I like to go to bed by 11 most nights, and I'm at 8 o'clock. I'm sort of alive.
She's really awake in the mornings, and I hate that. And I'm kind of the other way around. But I'm sort of tired all the way around, to be honest.
Oh, someone says Wally looks like their late dog Pippa.
Oh, Wally's a lovely little boy. He really is.
He's a good boy, aren't you?
He's a pest, but he's a lovely
You're
pest.
not having many more of these because you'll get fat. Well, where's Bear?
Ireland are just too good at rugby now, apparently. Do you know it? No, we don't follow. Was it the 3 Nations or 5 Nations, 6 Nations? I don't know. I know nothing about sports. Terrible.
No,
I know what Gary Lineker is.
Our two oldest sons follow sports.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
But we don't.
000 suits you. What's 000? I'm confused. It's about a fresh cup of tea. That'd be nice. Okay, Mad Monk. Mad Monk needs a cuppa.
Oh.
I thought it'd be on the beer, my friend. So yeah, okay. So Donald Trump. Donald Trump is likely to be. I don't see why he said that otherwise.
No.
Because if it's you and I, they just turn up and they lock you up, don't they? But people like Donald Trump now, there's all that security and stuff like that, so they get like a forewarning. And ex prime ministers as well, not just presidents, ex prime ministers such as Richie Sunak, who should be locked up allegedly.
Karina wants to do some chatting. She said she's doing a lot of work with refugees.
Okay, Karina. Well, I can. My daughter Karina saying, "Would you want to come on to a live show? Because I can bring you in at some point when I learn how to do it." But you can do it on here. I can bring you in.
Oh, sure.
Oh, actually, there's another way we can do it as well, because YouTube now allows you to do a conjoint. So, for instance, you stream together. So one person sets up and you bring it in straight into the YouTube app, or I could bring you into this probably.
That'd be good.
Either way.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Maybe. We could talk about babies.
She wants to talk about refugees and
refugees. Okay, and the homeless.
Yeah.
There's plenty of them. There's
She
more,
said she said she would like to.
That'd be cool. We'll see what we can sort out. I think there's a few ways we can do it. We can do it via Zoom and other ways as well, and stream it through that. But Zoom, the quality from Zoom isn't that great. I bet the sync isn't off though.
Well, you've done shows with other people before, haven't you? So...
Yeah, but they normally organise. They bring me in, so I need the other way around. So I haven't actually done that myself yet.
I'm sure you can do some research.
I'll have to find out how to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
I know somebody who does know, and that would be Lee. He knows.
Oh, Lee might be able to help you then.
Because he does that with the Snowflake Show. The Snowflake Show's every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Give them a look, and they're getting a really good show together actually.
Well, hopefully Lee can tell you what to do, and then you can bring Karina in. And do a show with Karina.
I'll probably I better find out anyway. But
someone said you should let me talk while you make me a cup of tea.
Marcus, let Caroline talk while you make her a cup of tea.
I don't think he knows how to make a cup of tea.
How do you make a cup of tea? Have I got to wait for it to boil or something?
Do you know how to make a cup of tea?
I think I know how to make a cup of tea, Caroline. I'm not that helpless or hopeless.
Oh, someone hates the mornings too.
Yeah, I don't. I just drink coffee these days. I'm a frothy coffee with the milk on the top.
Yeah. He's
and
actually
sprinkles.
getting even more fussy. Actually, I have to grind the beans, then I have to put it
between
in the
two
machine.
stones.
Let's put it in the machine and make his coffee, and then I used to froth it up. Then I used to put the froth on top of his coffee and shake chocolate on top.
Yeah, she has to grind the coffee up between two stones, and she has to whisk the milk up with a whisk.
No, you got a lovely little present one, from your youngest daughter who bought you a coffee grinder.
Yeah, she did. So yeah, Quinn says, I have lots to say regarding refugees as I currently run.
You've done that already.
Have I?
Yeah.
I haven't said that.
Oh, go on then. Do it again.
Did you say that?
No.
You might have read it. But I have lots to say regarding refugees as I currently run an off-the-street project for the Eastern Europeans. And there's so much misinformation in the media. Yeah, cool. Let's do it live. Why not? That's a great idea.
Maybe you can set that then. She said she would already. Look,
yeah, okay. So you can do this. Excellent. Brian says I'm spoiled. I am a bit, to be fair. At least I recognise it. Oh, well, she'd be out the door for me years ago, wouldn't she? Huh? Or I'll get myself some pigs. Right, it's taught in the school benches. They're talking about schools and what have you. Again, do you feel that schools have very little control?
Schools?
Partly because the parents have very little control.
I think they have.
Not every parent, obviously.
I think they just feel they have very little control because. I think they're scared to like it. You can't shout at children these days because the parents would be in school complaining, and then they
can you use the ruler?
Their jobs. No, I don't think you can use rulers. But apparently, my mother said when she was at school,
when I was a boy,
they used to wrap her knuckles with the ruler if she did anything wrong, and throw rubbers at her.
Well, when I went to school,
We had this teacher called
with
Mr.
Frost.
And he had a size 8 slipper. I think that was just for a joke, really.
Well, it was kind of like it was treated like a bit of a trophy, really. That
Yeah.
you got the slipper of Mr. Frost,
Yeah.
and it didn't hurt or anything like that. It was just maybe he was a perv.
I don't know. Your dad wanted to spank
I
children
thought-
with a slipper.
I hadn't thought about that. Maybe that's what it is.
I think today that would be frowned upon.
I think so.
I don't think that would. I mean, the first year I was in high school, the cane was still. They were still doing caning people.
Lining them up and just one
Oh,
after
I
the
don't know.
other.
There used to sometimes be lines, yeah, but I never had the cane. But then I never got the slipper either because I was a bit of a mouse at school. But
Blimey.
did you ever get the size 8 slipper?
Yes.
Oh no. Oh,
So did Richard.
did he?
Your brother got he got the slipper.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. But it was he almost tried to get it.
Oh, you make us.
It was like a badge of honour.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is primary school. This was not you know. I think about he probably was a perv.
He must have been.
Never got quite right there, is it? You don't think about it. But yeah, we've noticed big differences, haven't we, regarding kids and what have you here, and not all good necessarily, but
I mean,
there seem to be the parents do definitely have a lot more control.
yeah, what? Yeah, but in England, there's a lot of parents who have got good control.
You're just saying that because your daughters are here.
There's a lot of the parents have got really, have really, you know, got good control, and their children are lovely. There is just the odd few are not, who slipped through the net.
You really rolled back, didn't you? That's what she was saying earlier. She
No,
you heard her.
No, I wasn't. But I must admit, I mean, I went to my little granddaughter's sixth birthday party here, and they were going to a Chinese restaurant, and I thought, no, that wouldn't work, having like 15 6-year-olds at a Chinese restaurant, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, most of them were French, and they were eating all the food what was available. They sat there through the whole 3 courses, and they were so well behaved. I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah. I don't believe so. I managed to get over in May last year, planning for a trip. Just jump them down.
Do you have 3 little girls?
Who has 3 little girls?
That says, oh, Karina. Oh no, Lee. Karina's my oldest daughter. She's got 2 children. She's got her oldest will be 16 in April, and she's got a son who's 11. And that. My youngest daughter, she's got the 3 little girls.
That was Yasmin, who was here as well a minute ago.
Who are 6, 4, and nearly 3, and she's expecting another one in May, a little boy.
About time.
Well, someone said they once hit a teacher. I once hit a teacher with a 23 wing bind.
What's that kid? I once hit. Oh, Simon says I once hit a teacher with a 24 ring binder. Well, I used to do some naughty things as well. Done all the usual things, you know, like tacks on the seats.
Someone stole
glue on the board rubber.
biology class skeleton.
Oh my god! Who's put the cling film on the toilets? Has anyone done that? You must have done the cling film on the toilets.
That's a really horrible thing to do.
That's funny, especially when you do it on the girls' toilets. It's even funnier.
Did you go in the girls' toilets?
That's where we did it.
Did you actually put super glue on the teacher's seat as well?
No, that we just did it on the board rubber.
Board rubber.
Remember the board rubbers? You used to have like chalk on the board back then. You see, blackboards.
Yeah.
These days they've got all these digital things now, haven't they?
When I was there, it was starting to go digital, but most of ours were dry whiteboards.
Yeah, it's all digital. So it's all
No, I haven't been in school for 13 years now.
Blimey.
I do miss it. I used to really love working in school.
Cool.
Cling film weren't available in his day. He's not that old, is he?
God, that was cling film. Cling film's been out for donkey's years. I'm 50, by the way.
He's not. He's 53 very soon.
You burst my bubble.
I'm the one who's ancient.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one who's ancient.
cling film, just glue. Oh, never just glue. Oh, sorry, an accolade has been debated for donkey's years. I never think, what was that other stuff you used to get? You know, like carpet tape. That's the other one that's quite good. Carpet tape, the double-sided carpet, like duct tape, but it's double-sided. That stuff is very useful.
Yeah, I suppose you used to stick things on ducks and people saying "kick me" and things like
well,
that.
Obviously, I was never a bully.
Huh?
I was never doing things like that because I was a bully people. No. But I used to nick it in my dad's toolbox and stuff. And whatever he's got, boat builder, you see, he'd have everything in there. Girls' night tonight. That's too small. I can't read it. It's so small. There you go. That's better. Gaffer tape. That's it. Yeah, like carpet tape. But you got the double-sided one as well. Extra sticky. As I said, it wasn't around in my day. Tin foil was there. Oh, tin foil. I don't know if that works so well. A mirror. Find a mirror. That'll work.
Boot polish on the Lucy. That's a bit mean.
Boot polish. That stems back to the idea of putting boot polish on the binoculars. So like rings around the eyes. While he's whining. Oh, that's funny. Right, I'm gonna. You okay now?
Yeah, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea if everyone doesn't mind.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or do you want me to make you a cup of tea?
No, I don't want you to make me a cup of tea.
I'm always making you cups of tea.
Ooh, my dreams. And I'm just going to see where my other little dog is because I can't see him at the moment.
Well, he's probably in the basket or on the sofa. And while he's looking at me funny. Anyway, where was I?
Find Wally's food. Are you finished with your board?
Thank you very much, my sidekick. Poor woman. Been married all those years. I don't know how you managed it, to be honest. I wouldn't be married to me for that time. Definitely not. What, you lost a dog? I bet he's upstairs laying on our bed. I bet you. Anyway, now, where was I? I think she did well, my dear Caroline. So, get that chat up here. So, anyway, she didn't even say goodbye. I have a word with her about that. Shocking it is. Anyway, Donald Trump. You remember him? Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
From the standpoint of water.
And
tremendously wet.
That it is. Well, Donald Trump, he's been a naughty boy, hasn't he? And he's a bit, how to put it, he's at risk of being locked up. With a bit of luck. But he'll get away with it like they always do, don't they? So, bring it up a bit bigger. So, I've got everything so small at the minute, I can't see my bullet points. So he's in a bit of a how to put it. Yeah. I think it's quite funny. Because he deserves it, doesn't he? He's a horrible critter. Now he's claiming that he's going to be arrested this Tuesday. It's just 2 days away. I'm sort of waiting in anticipation. There's a new criminal case. A New York criminal case. So yes, the ex-president, he makes a remark on the Truth Social. I think that's his own social media thing, isn't it? It's something like that. Now, there isn't any official confirmation of this yet. That just turned up and take away a bit of luck. But he's, yeah, I think they've got some questions for him. Well, Mar-a-Lago, he's already been, well, raided, hasn't he? Which he wasn't too happy about. But he's, he posted this on his yeah, I'm pretty certain that it's his own social media platform that he created after he got booted off Twitter. But he's back on Twitter again. Now, I don't know if he's back on Twitter, but he's allowed to be back on Twitter again because Elon Musk is he's another idiot. Yeah, Elon Musk is also cutting the services to Ukraine for the Starlink satellite communications network because they're saying it can't be used for military purposes. That's what they're saying. So why do you give it to them in the first place? Well, earlier this year, the former US president, President Trump, I still can't believe that ever happened, you know. Well, he's calling for protesters he is. But from his support. He wants his supporters to stand up for him, basically. If he's indicted in a numerous... Let me just bring that in there so you can see it for yourself. There you go. That's not correct. I'll have to bring that in there. I'll show you then. It might make more sense. I think that's the one. Okay. Might have to squish that down into there. There it is. Bring that over. This is in The Guardian, just so you know. Look, it's The Guardian. Scroll that over. Okay. So Trump, he claims that he will be arrested on Tuesday in a New York criminal case. Now, earlier this year, the former US president called for protests by his supporters if he was indicted in any of the numerous criminal investigations in New York. Oh, God, I'd just love to be a fly on the wall. Georgia, and by federal authorities, into various allegations involving illegal campaign payments, election interference. Oh, it's a Dominion system, voting system. Blame them. But they're suing him as well, aren't they? And their efforts to overturn his 2020 presidential election. Loss. And keeping top secret documents at his home after leaving Sunday. Well, Biden also got caught out for that as well, didn't he? He's, around his house, or in a car or something. Something like that. Yeah. The only thing is, there's a big difference here, and the difference is that Biden says, come on and have a look for yourself. Got nothing to hide, you know. And they found stuff, so... He didn't have to get investigated, he just basically called them in. We didn't have to get raided, sorry. So on Saturday he posted, protest, take our nation back, he says. In New York, Manhattan, and District Attorney Alvin Bragg's team is investigating the hush money case amid rising expectations that Donald Trump, who's rather...
And tremendously wet.
Could be indicted as early as next week. Well, Trump's saying Tuesday. So he's probably made an appointment. It's probably an appointment-based system they got. Maybe you have to book it online, maybe. I don't know. But without any official confirmation, Trump, who was running for the Republican nomination, I don't think they're going to want him this time, in the 2024 presidential election, posted a message. That'd be a Marjorie woman. That's what it would be. Yeah, we'll be having that Marjorie woman doing her weightlifting and shooting people and taking their guns into Congress and stuff. You know it is over there. Well, far and far away, the leading Republican candidate and former president of the United States of America. I still can't believe it. I just said that twice now, but I still can't believe it. I said it 3 times. Oh my God. Well, he could be arrested on Tuesday of next week. Coming up. Well, law enforcement officials in New York have been making security preparations for the possibility that Trump could be indicted. Now, there has been no public announcement of any time frame or any indictment. Now, a spokesperson and a lawyer for Trump said later on Saturday that his post was based on media reports rather than any actual update from or communication with prosecutors. Maybe he's just pooping himself. He's scared shitless, isn't he? That's what it is. I won't be a bit surprised. Him in his tiny hands, which aren't so bigly. No. Well, Trump's post cited illegal leaks from a corrupt and highly political Manhattan District Attorney's office. The District Attorney's office declined to comment, it did, in his postings. Now, he repeated his lies that the 2020 presidential election that he lost to Joe Biden was stolen. Like I say, blame it on Dominion, because that's what they did. Well, because of voter fraud, he said. Mail-in ballots and stuff. Well, he urged his followers, protest, stand up to the tyranny. Well, not really, but anyway. Said stand up. They tried that, and the guy with the horns, he was there, standing up. He got locked up. And then there's the geezer, like I mentioned earlier, with his taser. Tasered his balls. Had a heart attack. And died. He did have big guns as well, though. Anyway, he evoked a message. That evoked the message from, and then the president at the presided the insurrection by extremist supporters at the US Capitol. Remember that? January 6, 2021. That ultimately failed to thwart the certification of Biden's victory. Yeah, I don't even know it's Biden's actually the president of the United States, you see. I have to admit, he's a little jittery. Although I'd rather have a jittery president that has a little bit of sanity than one that's completely stark raving bonkers mad. Yeah. And degrades disabled people by doing weird kind of hand motions and stuff. Because he doesn't like a article that he wrote. It wasn't redacted, he said. Well, also on Saturday, Trump sent out a fundraising email that said that the Manhattan DA could be close to charging Trump. Yeah, he wants to get some money in, you see. Your money. Or not actually your money, but other people's money. Probably to pay for the fact he's going to be locked up with a bit of luck. Later posted again, slamming the current US government and urging protests. Now, the thing that really annoys me is if it's you and I in these situations, they wouldn't think twice about locking us up. Well, they're flipping, you're guilty before proven innocent, it seems sometimes. But, yeah. What Richie Sunak is doing is criminal. Allegedly. Got to say it, apparently. Put my heater on. And, my legs are freezing. So, it's not the only case with Richie Sunak. It isn't just this flipping investments he's made in Moderna via the Philim, which is his old company. He founded about 2008. He founded it. He's also invested in other stuff that's directly related to the UK's NHS, such as beds, Fanic beds, Permatech or something. I think it's Permatech. Anyway, beds that are used in the NHS, and also other stuff as well. Probably PPE. I won't be a bit surprised. So it emerged in January that Bragg had made the surprise move to impanel a grand jury to hear evidence in the Daniels case. Stormy Daniels. Yeah. Trump's bit on the side. Or they had an affair or something went on there. Sounds a bit like Alexander Boris DeFeffel Johnson and that other woman with the pole dancing and her rather interesting Union Jack undies. God's sake, these people. Oh, the one wasn't that some sort of media training or something? Yeah, but $100,000 paid by by the London mayoral office, I believe, wasn't it something like that? But 100,000 paid to. Got a name now. Come to me in a minute. So, anyways, the evidence in Daniel's case, which previously faded from the spotlight, that's what happens. They throw another dead cat in, and then no one's really watching anymore. No, from the spotlight, amid turmoil among prosecutors about a wide investigation into Trump's business practices. The Daniel, she met with investigators in Manhattan earlier this week to discuss Trump's role and in a $130,000 payment that she received in 2016 aimed at dissuading her from going public during the election. Oh, I got a frothy coffee. Just doing it on purpose, aren't you? Just to make a point. So, yeah, you didn't say bye-bye. You didn't say ta-ta.
Ta-ta, everybody.
I can't see you. Yeah. You're a loon.
No, what on? Have I get in?
You haven't got to get inside. You don't, Caroline. You know when you see the TV, right? There are people inside.
You have accepted the truth.
But there's no little people, little tiny people.
Sorry, I didn't.
Diddy men.
Sorry, I didn't say goodbye, everybody. Bye bye. We'll speak to you soon. My little bear was on the bed.
Oh, you're on the bed, Sebastian. There you go, fella. They are. What's that? Oh. Hello. Lovely little Sebastian bear. So, yeah, where were we? So, yeah, Trump's role in a $130,000 payment that she received in 2016 aimed at dissuading her from going public during the election about claims that she had a sexual liaison with the married Trump. A married man? Ooh, don't do things like that. In 2006, an infidelity Trump denies. Well, yeah, obviously he did. Dirty old man. He's too busy in his golden shower with Putin. Probably. We never did get to see those video clips, did we? Apparently some existed, but... What's her face? What's her name? Ghislaine Giz Maxwell, her? Well, this is, as Cohen gave testimony before the New York grand jury into the case in 2016 during the election that Trump went on to win. Yeah. Coercion. Cohen made the payment and arranged another payout to a different woman, as Trump faced allegations of previous sexual assault and harassment from multiple women. Do you know what? Could you imagine it? Oh, rolling around with that. Oh. There you go, I can't talk. But anyway, so, sexual assault with harassment from multiple women, with the money paid at Trump's direction, Cohen has asserted. Now, any charges in this case would most likely involve state crimes of falsifying business records, typically a misdemeanor, but a felony if it was a part of a cover-up or wider criminal wrongdoing. And here could revolve around a campaign finance illegality. Oh, it sounds a bit like, Aaron Banks. And the Leave campaign for Brexit. Oh, yes. And also Cambridge Analytica. And AIQ. All them a lot. They all get their money from somewhere. Thanks, Putin, that's what they say. So Kevin O'Brien, a former federal prosecutor, and now a partner at Ford O'Brien in New York, specialising in the white-collar criminal defence. Oh, who's watched that series, White Collar? That's pretty good, that was. Well, they told the Guardian. Why'd they say that? I don't think they actually spoke, did they? I doubt they even spoke. They told the Guardian. Anyway, told the Guardian that the felony charge prosecutors would have to prove that Trump showed an intent to defraud. Well, that's going to be hard. When his company falsely accounted for the payments to Stormy Daniels as legal expenses and effectively argue that the payments were synonymous with illegal donations to Trump's 2016 election campaign, which would violate the New York election law. It sounds like a great big mess. But don't worry. Oliver Dowden's announced that you're going to get emergency alerts to your mobile devices. It's a bit concerning. It makes you wonder why they want to do it. Or do they know something that we don't? Oh. Well, they got rid of all the air raid sirens, didn't they? We still have them here in France. They're literally in every mairie. So every council office has these like horn things on the roof. We've got Orador and also in Saint-Laurent-Secours. Just in case, you never know. So they're saying this. The alerts are going to be initially focused on the most serious weather-related events, such as flooding, like the flooding that was in New York. To be honest, it could be quite useful to people if you like, because I don't know if you do in the UK, but with AXA, who does our insurance, I get notifications via text to say that there's bad weather warnings. Make sure you do this and do that sort of thing. Not an order, but it's just a warning to say that there's a... You're going to bed? Oh.
It's me.
She's leaving me.
We call them people.
She's nearly bed. She's probably going to watch the box. You can watch Gogglebox and sit on Yesterday's Pizza. You're going to read? Really? Yeah. Okay. She's off to bed. I've got dogs all around me now. That's... Oh, only one. I've got a Sebastian Bear down there. Let me show you. He's in there. Can you see him? Just in there. Are you hoping for something? I bet he is. Let's just give him a treat. There you are. It's warm underneath there because the computer's there, you see. So. Ah, there me. How are we doing for time? Oh my God, it's 2 hours 39. I didn't realise. And where is my other bit? Gone yet? Got my coffee. Got my coffee here. Got a front of a lip. Right, so I was doing Suella Braverman. As we know, she's been getting a lot. She doesn't care, obviously, about getting grief. Now, where are we? Where? Scroll down. Oliver Dowden. Oh my God! Now the EU, as in Michel Barnier, he held Oliver Dowden to fairly good, high esteem, I suppose, high esteem. But after watching this, I should look. It's quite a long video, so I'm not going to do all of it. I'm going to do just a couple of minutes or so. But it's Oliver Dowden being not investigated. Maybe he should be interviewed by Sophie Ridge on Sky News. Yeah, and it's. I need a flipping spoon. Oh, there we go. Oh, there he is. Oh, there's Oliver Dowden.
The Home Secretary visited Rwanda. She said migrants could be deported there within months. At the same time, though, this policy's been in action since April. No one has actually left to Rwanda yet. You'll forgive me for my scepticism.
Well, the first thing I should say is, and I think I've been on your show before when you've talked about these huge numbers of migrants, we're determined to grip this problem and stop the boats. Now, Rwanda forms one part of that. The reason why we haven't been able to proceed with Rwanda is because it's currently before the courts. We actually succeeded at the High Court stages before the Court of Appeal, but as soon as that process is through, and I'm confident our policy is lawful, we will get cracking straight away with the Rwanda policy and use that as a tool in our armoury. Essentially what we're saying, and this comes through in the legislation as well that we announced earlier this month, you cannot come to this country by crossing the channel. And if you do so, you'll either be repatriated to your home country or you'll be sent to Rwanda. So it's part of that mix, but it sits alongside other things we've done. So,
what about the women and children?
For example, the Albania deal, where we're seeing many flights going back to Albania already, or the work that's being done with the French. All of this is demonstration of the government gripping this problem and stopping the boats.
Anyone who comes to the country on a small boat, that includes children who come with their families. Are you personally comfortable with that idea?
I don't relish any of this, and I...
He doesn't relish it, yet he's flipping well defending it.
Really wish we didn't have to do it, and the government isn't running to do this. The government is doing this because this is a major problem.
You're not being forced to do it, though, are you?
We are being forced to do it, and I'll tell you why we're being forced to do it. I think with those children seeking to cross the channel, I think of the danger that their lives are being put in.
And now he's going there. He's going into the danger that people smugglers and stuff like that. It's an industry for which our government has created. They've created this business model. If we had safe routes into the country, well then, quite frankly, there wouldn't be no need for these people smugglers, would there?
Evil people smugglers in whose hands they're placed. And unless we are willing as a government and as a country to take tough action in relation to this, the numbers will keep on growing and more people's lives will be put at risk, including the lives of young children. And I'm simply not willing to allow that to happen.
If this is such a great policy, then why did the Home Secretary only invite right-leading media organisations to Rwanda with her? GB News, The Sun, The Express, The Mail, on that plane, not Sky News, not the BBC, not The Eye or The Guardian. Why are you scared of scrutiny?
Forgive me, I don't know the details of who the Home Secretary
I've just given you the details. I've just given you the details.
And I've heard the details that you've given me. The logistics of a trip are a matter for the Home Secretary, probably not even for the Home Secretary, for her operations team. I'm sure there'll be plenty of opportunities for the BBC and for Sky to scrutinise the Home Secretary about it. And indeed, you have me in front of you this morning to talk to you, and I'm delighted to be on Sky, as I always am.
I do, and I'm glad you're delighted to be on the programme, but we've never had the chance to I have never had the chance to scrutinise the Home Secretary on this. Sky, alongside others, not invited on that trip. It does look like you're running away from scrutiny.
Well, as I said to you, Sophie, I simply don't know the details of individual operational decisions, but I'm...
Squirm, squirm, squirm. That's what he's doing. He knows full well it's disgusting, but he just, well, towing the party line. He won't keep his job, doesn't he? That's what it is. And Joe had a point. How come none of the actual people traffickers are actually affected by this policy? Most of them actually, it's it. So reports are saying, actually, they're based in the UK. Traitory! He is. And considering that, out of all those in the negotiations, during the Brexit negotiations, he was the only one that they really respected. To be fair, actually, they did respect Theresa May as well, actually. She had a tough job. Cheese sniffer Dowden. Isn't it funny that no traffickers are affected by the UK government actions? No cheese for him. But don't worry, there is...
In December, I'll be in Beijing, opening up new pork markets.
There's always pork markets and all the tea in China. So down then is what the people scream, asking his nose to move out of the front of the TV screen. Yeah. Pinocchio! And it's, I can't imagine that all these Tories are all so bad that they all kind of, they believe in these policies. They must see it for what it really is. They're just doing as they're told. Shutting up. She again. Yeah. Celtic Hammer says, I'd send the BBC to Rwanda. Well, they didn't want them. Actually, they did. I think they went in the end. This immigration policy will definitely get them re-elected. I don't know if it will. I think they've done too much damage. The word on the street, I upload that video about Boris Johnson, for instance. It's not just Boris Johnson, it's the Tories. I think a lot of people woke up to him and to the lies. Like gain him a few votes, to hold on to a few voters, but I think they're done. I think they're done for. That's what I think. I hope so. I know there's still a little time as yet. Especially soon, it might be able to recover things. But no, it still could get worse before it get better. And this flipping policy, regarding the childcare policy, well, these flipping kids aren't born yet. Family planning. You get your childcare. No, the 1 year old one. You consider that's the 9 to 24 month olds that don't come or start coming into play until 2024 September this year. But also to get full child 30 hours a week isn't until next 2025. So half these kids aren't even born. And the Tories likely wouldn't even be in power. So what are they doing that for? They're just trying to create a huge problem. And one that Labour might have to try and sort out. But Labour said everything's costed. What are they saying? I think we're in such a mess. I just can't see how you can do it without investing. I think you need to buy a way out of this. But first we need to get rid of these Tories. They've got to go. They really have got to go. That it's just not just causing problems. They are the problem. So I'll scroll up. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna have to do this again. I just can't help it. It's just. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have to have that on a hot button, on a red button. So every time I feel a bit down, I'm just gonna have to press this button. It's just hilarious. It's just absolutely hilarious. Oh dear. Free Fisher Price binoculars to gammons so they can wave their fists and shout, "Stop the boats! Stop the boats!" Yeah. The current UK governance is almost as credible as that of Belarus. What they're saying is, well, it could end up on the human rights abusers list, which isn't a very good place to be. Not if you want to trade with the world. You'll be frowned upon. The thing is, they're not just blocking their human rights, our human rights. Tories really need a map making the constituencies that voted those Tories in. We need proportional representation is what we need. Current system's not working. Everybody should have a say, wherever you are in politics. Everybody should have a say. And no, Kemi Badenoch is not right of centre. She's hard right. That's what she's been saying recently. Kemi Badenoch, who was one of the contestants to be our next Prime Minister, didn't get the votes. She's saying that she's right of centre. No. No. She's borderline fascist. Was that a vid of Kim Pong-yurin? God. Oh. Obviously, I should just be in charge. Of course, do. You can shout at everybody. You can tell them what to do. Don't do like that. Do like this. Yeah, it's shocking. It's. I actually find it embarrassing. You know. People just, our French friends here. Maybe not Violette, because one of our French friends, because she's gone a bit loopy. She's gone down a rabbit hole. She has. Anti-vaxxer and anti-this, anti-that, and if you say it's right, she'll say it, if you say it's left, she'll say it's right, or vice versa. She's gone a bit mad. That's why I say it anyway. But anyway, some of the French friends that we speak to, they can't, they don't understand why none of it makes sense to them. It doesn't make sense to me. Well, it does. Yeah, stoke that fire of hate, racism. You know.
Because they blend in.
Yeah, because those ones are okay apparently. Excuse me. Sneezies, lemon squeezy. Probably because I was cutting tiles this morning and dust everywhere. I took them with an angle grinder with a diamond wheel in. Little fine diamond wheel, we use fiberglass diamond wheel. The district attorney's office declined to comment on that one. It's not that one. This is most definitely a vanity project, as in the Rwanda deal. It's just to satisfy the racists. That's all it is. Oh, that one off there. Not that one, not that one. So I've done that already. That one, and that one, and that one. So I've done that. That's good. Now scrolling down, that I am. Scroll bottom. I don't know about you. I might have this wrong, but it does. This Rwanda thing, the whole refugee crisis, all feels like a bit of a straw man to me. Yeah, straw man fallacy. I think sometimes it's written as just straw man, as in one word. But it's kind of a way of actually creating like sort of a form of an argument, and just sort of an impression of refuting an argument. So like the real argument, where's the real subject of the argument, which doesn't actually get addressed or even refuted, but instead they replace it with a false argument, such as the little boats. Scroll that down. I'm trying to find where I was now. I need a bigger screen. That's what I need. Or integrate the other one. That might be a good idea. Scroll over here. Well, I'm there at 3 hours, so I will be clocking off in a mo. Let's just check these. Let's go through the chat. So Larry the Cat says, those women that started the protest outside the refugee hotel said that they didn't know what a fascist... Oh my God, did you see my clip? My video clip? They were doing like a protest against the refugees because we protect the children, you see. Yeah, right. Yeah. And the people who organised it was the... Oh God, who were they again? Oh, they're a hard right, they're a fascist, and they're a neo-Nazi group. And they organised, or helped this other protest out. Done them websites and Facebook pages and stuff like that for them. So basically they hijacked their protest. And they're a neo-fascist group. There's pictures of them just up as Nazis and stuff like that, and got tattoos all over them with swastikas and Patriot Action. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. It's just unreal. It's just unreal how stupid people are. Have I got that video on here? I might have it on. I could probably actually show the clip if you haven't seen it already. So have I got it on here? I'm looking. I am. You might have seen it already because it's been in my God. Oh, this might scare you. Not the Chinese dancing king or whatever it comes up. I'm a dancing queen. No, not that one. And now I can't find it. You can never find things when you need them, can you? These slaves. There's all time you could go back. Go. Alright. Oh, here we go.
And with money you can make more money, and if you've got money you can buy things that you want. I could buy this Rolls Royce, something like that. Lovely.
Anyone? Oh, those two made me Ooman look intelligent. Oh gosh, they were terrible, weren't they? Yeah, you're right. Johnny got it. Jacob Rees-Mogg as a boy. Unbelievable. As interviewed by a French. So yeah, Jacob Rees-Mogg. He's indoctrinated by his father. He wrote books about how to make your way, basically, in in a financial crash. How to profiteer. Yeah. That's what Tories do. Well, I think he wrote several books, actually, on it. So yeah, I'll try to find that other clip now. Not that one. No. Got that one there. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, how people could be so stupid to this. They're literally saying that we didn't know what a fascist was until a month ago. In a strange, not that voice. No. Clips, racists. Oh, idiots, pound idiots. No, that's the Welsh hairdresser. Got his human. That's what they said. The Ukraine live promos, live shorts. I might have one on there, actually. It might be there. Not that one. Blue screen chips. Oh, there. It's all about blue screen. I'm sure old Suella Braverman's feeling very happy with herself, isn't she? There you go. Well, I'm trying to do this. A little clip for
It's
you.
not my freedom of expression to protest violently. No, you can't just start a riot or glue yourself to the roads and get away with it. Yes, friends, as Attorney General, I had to go to court to get some of these simple truths established. The judges agreed with me last week in the Court of Appeal in the Colston statue case. And that's why our public order bill will empower our police to stop this nuisance. So whether you're Just Stop Oil or Insulate Britain or Extinction Rebellion, you cross a line when you break the law. And that's why we'll keep putting you behind bars.
Now, that was at the Conservative Party conference last year, and they thought it was a very good idea to have blue behind them. And needless to say, I had a bit of fun with that, just as I did with, well...
But the structural reforms that we're about to deliver include the Brexit Freedoms Bill. The Brexit Freedoms Bill is a fantastic piece of legislation, defining constitutional piece of legislation that will remove the dead hand of EU laws from our statute book finally. There are over 2,400 EU laws that will be amended or appealed.
Well, the clip I'm looking for, I can't find it, so I'll have to find that for another time, because I thought I put it on here, but I obviously didn't. Although I could find it if I go on here. That might be a way of doing it. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Okay, not that one. Some of you might have seen this already, actually. It's only a quick clip. Actually, I'm not going to show it yet. No, I'm not going to show this clip yet because it goes on in the morning. So, I could give you a sneak preview. No, I can't. I can't play it on there. No, I can't do that one. Oh, damn. Yeah, I can't show that one yet. Sorry. Oh, dear me. I need a consolation prize. Alright, done that one. There is the... She's just... she's not very articulate, is she? She really isn't. And then there was... Oh, God. Well, you've seen that one recently, so... She's a crazy one.
That we have.
No, that one. Oak Shop. You saw that one last week. Let's have a bit of American Pie.
We need to fund the further speech. For too long, the political debate has been dominated by the argument about how we distribute a limited economic pie. Instead, we need to grow the pie so that everyone gets a bigger slice.
I made a video, said Larry the Cat. It's gone on in the morning at 6 o'clock. So, regarding those idiots from the Patriots, oh, God's sake, yeah. It's just unbelievable. Bye-bye, American Pie. I got that one, that record. John McCain. Oh, dear. I did mention to you that time machine background was epic. Well, this one here, the time machine one with Jacob Rees-Mogg in his time machine. Yeah, it's a bit out of date now, actually, because obviously the clock that I used is no longer valid because I did that, what, about 8 months ago, I think, something like that.
But the structural reforms that we're about to deliver include the Brexit Freedoms Bill. The Brexit Freedoms Bill is a fantastic piece of legislation, defining constitutional piece of legislation that will remove the dead hand of EU laws from our statute book finally. There are over 2,400 EU laws that will be amended or appealed.
Oh, Liz Truss, what's she wearing? I know. Those shoulder pads. It's actually the same dress that's worn by... Oh, what's her name? She's a bit of an environmental activist, but she's an actress. I can't remember her name. Anyway, in a particular series, was a bit about a Nazi, where she plays a Nazi, basically. And the dress is identical to the one that Liz Truss was wearing and at the conference. But also, that other woman, oh, crikey, that crazy Sophie Corcoran, who worked for the GB News for a while, but she got sacked or something. Horrible, horrible piece of work. She also got hold of exactly the same dress with the shoulder pads. These people are sad. They really are sad. That's Jake Rees-Mogg, 5-peg. Set in Britain in a free fall, that certainly is. Bella Mello says, what the bloody hell is she wearing? Gravy pie. Yeah, grow that pie with pork markets. Yeah, pork markets. Unbelievable people. They really are. But people buy into them. But I think people, again, must be waking up by now. They got to be. You know that saying, twice bitten, once bitten, twice shy? Well, they've had their leg gnawed off. It's Thick Lizzie, the Cabbages Patch... God. Oh my God, remember the Cabbage Patch Kids? It's funny, you got puffy face things, and yeah, that reminds me of something. Okay, there we go. That kid is going to be so famous. Bless his cotton socks. He's not wearing socks. A little spinning top. How on earth the only thing I would say is that kid's been abused by the parents. How at that age? How do you get that big at that age? It's nuts. If I tell you about the Finnish parliamentary elections the third time, will you read it out? I'll read it out. Jonas, yeah, I'll do it. If I tell you about the Finnish parliamentary elections, will you read it out? Yeah, because if you talk about Finland, it's probably the most democratic of the lot. I think it might be you told me, actually. It's Boris Johnson practicing sumo wrestling. Quite possibly. It's just funny little kid. That apple lady is back. Oh no! Yeah. The apple pie woman, as in Liz Truss. Well, she tried to make a re-entry, didn't she? But she seems to have burnt on re-entry. She also was out up there at King's Lynn trying to... was campaigning for the hospitals to get rid of all those acros in King's Lynn because the roof was caving in. And, yeah, failed miserably. You don't hear much from her anymore. But what an embarrassment. Like Kwasi Kwarteng. What do you hear of Kwasi Kwarteng? You don't, do you? Not much, do you, really? It's, well, actually, you got Kwasi Kwarteng, haven't you, and his unicorns. There we go.
We face new challenges. And in addressing those challenges, we will act in a fiscally sustainable and responsible way. That is why, shortly, we will publish our medium-term fiscal plan, setting out our approach more fully. It will set out how we plan to get GDP over the medium term. And I have asked the OBR to publish a full economic and fiscal forecast alongside our medium-term fiscal plan. There is no path to higher sustainable growth without fiscal responsibility.
So Finland, says Johnny. Oh, let's scroll back up again. So Finland is split into 13 districts, each with their own pool of representatives, weighted by population. That's 637 per region. And we'll have 9 parties this time, and there'll be a selection from a pool of hundreds. Well, we don't get that in the UK. Selecting from a pool of hundreds, yeah. So workers in the UK will go ballistic when the union, the TUPE, and the health and safety regulations are repealed. Consumers in the UK will go mad when they feel when the free take back of electrical and battery waste regulations are repealed. Do you think they go ballistic? Don't know. I think I'm gonna be absolutely honest with you. You know, me and the missus and that, all we were interested in is making sure we could put a roof over a kid's head and food in their mouths. That's all we were kind of interested in. We worked to do that, and I think that represents a considerable amount of the population. We were not interested in politics at all. It was really that worm turned when Brexit and maybe a few years before. We didn't have much interest in it whatsoever, really. Which is crazy. It's naive, silly, foolish. We're still voters, but don't mean say, you know, a cut of the jib and all that. You see, that's what you vote for, isn't it? A cut of the jib. Boris Johnson's hair. No, don't do that. No, don't do it. No, so it's how many people haven't got a flipping clue? Well, we didn't have a clue. Really, what we're voting for. We didn't know the nitty-gritties of the policies, and I think that's a problem, and we should be educating this in schools. And that's one of the things that in French schools, they do teach politics as a part of the curriculum. Now, when my kids were at school and doing history, for instance, did they ever do about British history? You know, UK history? Or English history? No, it was American history. It's well, it's almost like talking down Britain, isn't it? I suppose in some ways, it's quite a lot of it's very negative. Colonialism. They can say that the French is not much better. It's very colonial as well, isn't it? They're colonialists. Stop the goats, says Johnny. Eating apples, nothing else helps reduce weight. What? Well, I'm on a diet and I've lost weight. I've lost about 6 kilos so far. And I'm doing keto, low carb diet. But you do have to eat a lot of veg, and you've got to watch out about your electrolyte levels. Otherwise, you end up with all sorts of problems. And I forgot about that because I've done keto before, and I had to take care of my electrolytes and stuff. You know, like potassium, your salts, and all sorts of stuff. Make sure you've got enough of that in your diet. Otherwise, you get cramps. And I was getting cramps because I forgot about it, and so I'm now taking more care. But anyway, I've done 6 kilos so far. I will have to carry on, obviously, managing it afterwards. I'm not going to stay on keto. I doubt it. Getting bored. I like food. I like bread. You can't have bread on keto. You've got cloud bread and all that sort of egg-based breads. But really, what are they? A fluffy omelette, really. The sad thing is that Kwasi and Badenoch don't even realise that they are tokens in the Tory culture war system. Yeah, they are. Because they're black. There you go, I said it. Because they're black. Well, quite frankly, I think it makes them just as bad. But they know. They know they're being used. It's either that, or they don't see their culture, or they don't see their culture. They don't. It's like they're not looking in the mirror. They're just not very nice people. They're horrid individuals. You know, if you're talking about diversity and what have you in the cabinet, then you're right. You know, they're tools in the political game. But look at how many. You know, they're all nasty pieces of work. You got Kwasi Courtain. You've got that cleverly geezer. You've got Pretty Patel, Kemi Badenoch, Suella Braverman, Horrid people. Who else is there? I can't think of anyone else. But that's enough. And they're pushing through policies that basically pulls up that drawbridge. Probably just to keep their job, really. Oh yeah, okay, Rishi Sunak. How can you forget that one? He's the biggest con out of the lot, though. The thing about Boris Johnson is he was an obvious criminal, even though people don't want to admit it. He was an obvious criminal. Rishi Sunak is smarmy and sly, and he's been doing it for a long time. He's found a way of making money, other than marrying into it, and that's what he's been doing. And if you think about Murty, his missus, she's been involved in several businesses. You know, you got that thing that Carol Vorderman, all right, exposed regarding Feline. You got the fact that they're also invested in NHS beds. You know, we're not talking about just like food beds. We're talking about probably thousands and thousands and thousands of very, very expensive beds, orthopedic adjustable beds. We're talking about huge amounts of money. Then we've got obviously what's gone on in the pandemic regarding the loans that were given out. We know that over about 1.5 to 2 million was given to her for her, what's it called, Wordsmith or something. It's basically a typesetting company, like a typing pool, and it was failing. It was going bankrupt, but it was going bankrupt before she actually got this loan for Rishi Sunak, COVID loan. It was failing. And then a few weeks, months, maybe a year or so later, during the pandemic, it went bankrupt. Owing creditors, at 16 million. That's one of many. That's, you know. You also got likes of, was it Matt Hancock and his sister and her stables. And I'm not talking about, was it Cleverly or something? No, the one who resigned recently, whatever his name was, and not like him, obviously, because he's you're paying for his heating of his stables. It's just one after the other. So, one crime is bad enough, but multiple crimes, and why doesn't anyone care the fact that that swimming pool's built with blood money? You know, it's to do with my wife, as her business, blah blah. Bollocks. Absolute, utter.
What a load of bollocks!
I happen to agree. Yeah. If it's coming into the family household monies, millions and millions and millions and millions of pounds are coming into there every year from Emphasis, and that money has been made with money that was earned in Russia, sanctioned Russia. Everyone else is suffering oil prices and stuff like that, and yet they're profiteering on it. That ain't right. I'm not quite right there. And no one cares. No one's saying anything. It's not in the press. It's public knowledge. You can pile the whole lot together. It's quite frightening. Well, frightening, but it's quite damning. It should be seriously concerned. Any normal person think, oh my God, I'm going to go to jail. But they carry on. It's like nothing's happening. I'll get away with this. Just saying. Oh, just saying. What's just saying? Say. Just saying. There you go. I thought I'd like the cut your jib meant. I like your approach of or your idea. Well, it could be anything, I suppose. Great Britain isn't great enough to carry its own weight. The problem is that the people running it aren't aware of this. I'm sure they are aware of it. They're just not telling you. You know, somebody's having to balance the books, and at the moment it's Richie Hunt. Oh, it's a fly. Oh, early fly. Yeah. So yeah, it's Jeremy Hunt and Richie Sunak. Richie Hunt. So otherwise, how would they know whether or not they need to borrow money? 'Cause that's what they're doing. And when they say there's some headroom, don't mean to say that they've earned more money. It just means they've got less. There's less they need to borrow. That gives them more headroom to borrow more. So this is all about wordings, and it sounds like, oh crap, we don't need to borrow as much this year. No, they're borrowing the same amount. They've just got more headroom within the amount they're borrowing. So they know exactly what they're doing. Hoodwinking people for a start. That's what they're aiming at. To try and get some popular opinion. It's a populist government, isn't it? It's just they want the vote. And they're going to do whatever they can to get that vote again. Oh, it's cold. They denounce their own background to ally themselves with power. Yeah. That's Suella Bravo in Kenya. The Banana Republic septic aisle. Oh, it certainly is, isn't it? There's poop everywhere. What I hate, says Mad Monk 33, is that this government keep telling us that are doing what the British people want. They do. Oh, we know what the British people want. They want to stop their main priority to stop the small boats. To be honest about it, Richie Sunak pretty much says everything is his main priority. You know, there's a big fly. Go away, big fly. No, go off there. Go away. A big dormant fly. It's a bit drowsy. It's literally how the ship ends up approaching the winds. Yep. Need a bit of tacking. The jib is what's cutting into the wind. I know about the jib. Your spinnaker. Your mainsail. What about sea anchor? Gob bailed off. Gob? Bailed off. Oh, Geldof. Bob Geldof. Gob bailed off. Okay. Should do us all a favour and reform the Roomtown Bats for deaf people. What? Oh, God's sake. Very good. Fire comes from the breath, not the muscles. Breath deep and raw. Oh, says Duke Vengeance. I am getting really tired. I think I might have to sign off in a moment. No, you're right there, Mad Monk. Oh, it's what the British people want, apparently. I'd like to say thank you to Mad Monk as well for helping me tonight with the stream. Very much appreciated, that it is. If you want to support the channel, you can do that on Patreon or buy us a coffee. And the link's down below. But also, I can't find like and subscribe, but there's that as well. Boop the old like button. Help the channel, you know. And my God, doesn't it need it? So, I'd just like to cut your check out. Ireland has 41 constituencies with 3 to 5 seats, with 7 plus Paris and independent deputies in Parliament, 3 in government. 3 plus hard right parties have no elected deputies. Oh, okay. I do like the idea of proportional representation. I think it's the only way to keep those on the right, keep their mouths shut. Well, not shut, but you know. There again, we would have Nigel Farage have a seat. At least that's for entertainment purposes. Maybe people are waking up politically because it's hitting their pockets, yeah. Most definitely. They're going to have to, aren't they? You hit, that's it, you hit them where it hurts and hit them in the pocket. You know, all their kids. If a government starts to be seen as a threat to their children, say for instance the risk of going to war, that ain't going to do Tories any good. Who wants to send their kids to war? No. Quasi-Putin! Stop the goats! Eating apples, nothing else helps reduce weight. Well, I am going to call that a night because I am failing here. I'm failing, desperately failing, because I'm tired. Hello, Jeremy Goff. Hello, tata, says Jeremy Goff. You're a late bird, you are, my friend. Belled off. Miller says, lying all the time about what we want. Putting words into our mouths. What they're saying is not what we want. They are lying all the time. And Johnny says, all shorts again. Imagine having a selection of 37 out of 9 parties just in your region. That's a fair point. I wouldn't know who to select. Just saying says big business always makes their largest killings on war, famine, and disaster. Do you know what the thing that gets me at the moment? One thing that really gets me at the moment is they keep going on about oh, our exports are up. Yeah, but what of? Our exports are up of arms because of Ukraine. That's all. But what is quite interesting is that the EU has actually blocked the UK from entering or for being blocked the United Kingdom as a supplier to the EU supplying arms to Ukraine. The UK's been blocked. So as one of the companies, one of the industry, a country that has quite how to put it, well, one of the third best apparently arms companies, arms countries that sells arms. Something to be proud of, isn't it? But no, they can't participate. So losing that huge amounts of money because obviously munitions are expensive. That's Brexit for you. Yep, they do. Well, wasn't it? When was that? We only finished paying the United States back, America back, about 2015 or something. So yeah, just before the referendum. I think that's right. So, because all this help we're giving Ukraine, the likelihood is that's all debt. Can you imagine Farage and Spammy shouting in the HOC, the House of Commons? Spammy, you talking about David Lammy? Farage and Spammy. I don't know. Who's Spammy? In House. Well, we've got a fairly good idea what it'd be like because obviously when he's being as an MEP in the EU, in the Commission, yeah, in the EU, and his little flag, spouting out the rubbish, just pointing fingers, not achieving anything, just just vetoing everything. Celtic Hammer says, "Oh, I'm off. The missus is waiting upstairs for me to poke a cat flap. Fangy you and good night, Glastonbury." What the hell? You made me read that out loud. Oh dear. Oh, good night, you buddy. Good night, Chatty Rat. Anyway, it's time for me to go, so I'm going to say good night to everybody. Vipeg, Duke Vengeance, Hello the Cat, Johnny, Chatty Rat, Mellow, Casper Norner, Doc Davies, Daily Blase. I'm really jealous of your views. Crikey, how the hell are you doing that? I don't know how many subscribers you got now. You got about 16, 17,000. You overtook me. But it's just... Well done. Yep, so it is time. We've got a Casper Northerner, obviously my friend Mad Monk 33, the Scotsman. It's going to have a new First Minister. I'm not convinced who's going to be the best option here regarding the first. No, I'm not convinced at all. Most businesses and Johnny Kane, Jeremy Goff, Mellow, Lefty Boat. Just saying, I said who's here. Anyway, I'm gonna say ta-ta to everybody. What can I leave you with? Oh, what can I leave you with? A clip? Maybe. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I ain't done this for a few weeks. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to do this one. Any guesses before I press the button? Any guesses for what video clip I'm going to leave you with? Waiting. Peace, sweet dreams. No, not that one. I ain't got that one. Oh well. Time is running out. Nobody knows. No guesses. Don't forget the like button though. Oh yeah. Don't forget that. Yeah. It's not working. Again. There you go. Gingers! Ah, no, not Gingers. No, you're still here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you with a little video before I go. Go and hug the missus. She's watching TV. I might actually have to make a video, but I might be a bit tired actually. Oh, so actually, before I go, there is something I'm gonna start doing is podcasts, because YouTube's opened up the platform to podcasts, so they might give me an opportunity to increase my, to more people, because you can get onto YouTube Music with podcasts as well, so it can open the channel up a bit more. So the podcast can be a variety of things, where you can put a collection of videos together, or I'm probably going to do dedicated podcasts as well. Maybe about a topic, just talk about a topic, but that'll be just it'll be done as a video, but it'll be available as audio only, basically. It's pretty much what I'm doing now, really. Oh. So anyway, I'll probably go live again during the week sometime, just a random, maybe eating cheese. I don't know. I'm just doing something. But I've got videos I'm uploading on a regular basis, as you know. A podcast is a linear medium. Branching is frowned upon. No, it's the platform they do it within YouTube. How it works, Johnny, I can create either say for instance more short videos. I can select them as a podcast. What happens is, as within the YouTube platform, that'll play them as like a playlist as a video if you're watching as a video. But if you're watching as a podcast via the YouTube Music, just play the sound, just the audio, and your card. That's it. So you have to create a square card, to go for podcast. But it's just how they're doing it. I suppose a way so you don't allows people to build their own podcast with existing material. I don't think it'll work with a lot of videos, because a lot of videos are very visual. But when you're talking head type stuff, podcast is literally like a video, an audio clip. But with the YouTube platform, it allows you to do both. So you can grab one of your videos or a selection, like a playlist of videos, and that'll be played as one podcast on the YouTube platform. But they'll be played as they are videos, like a playlist video, on the YouTube platform itself. But it'll also be offered up into the YouTube Music platform, which is very big, as a podcast, as an audio-only podcast. So you'd have to be mindful of the videos that you create, or that they're suitable for a podcast, that they would be suitable as audio only. Oh, the dogs are lovely, Mellow. I've got a cat as well. We used to have chickens, goats, and sheep, and all sorts of stuff here. Like right on menagerie going on. And the missus. She's still here. And the dogs. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but Pandora's got a bone. Yeah, that. How the hell do they do that? That bone you got there. Not word of a lie. That was a knuckle. That was a cow knuckle. What size is it now? It's tiny. How does she do that? God, power in their jaws. Original material, and make sure you vary the topics. No, I agree. That's kind of, I'm gonna do that. I might just do. Yeah, I have to get some thought. I'll tell you what I need to do, really, actually, Vipec. I need to listen to more podcasts so I get more of a gist about what it's all about as well. I'm just going by what they offer on the platform, on the YouTube platform, that is. Before you do a podcast, check the Bunker podcast. Where's my pet? It's over here. Oh, Bunker podcast. I'll check it out. Where is that? Is it on YouTube at all, or is it literally on the other platforms like Spotify or something like that, or YouTube Music? I'm gonna give it some thought anyway, because the thing I like about podcasts is that it's something you listen to when driving in the car, or you're doing work or something. Because a lot of these YouTube videos that I say listen to because I don't necessarily watch them. If I listen to, like, for instance, I don't so much these days because I'm not that keen on the bloke, but Phil Morehouse in Different Buyers, I used to I couldn't watch them. You made me feel ill. Looks like a dead person. With shit cameras and stuff. But anyway, so I used to just listen to him. And to be fair, that's all that Max is. It's really just a podcast. On some of his videos, is Max over a spare, have clips in them, video clips in them. But the audio is enough for him. On a lot of it, so there's probably quite a few suitor podcasts, but all they're quite short. So you need to have to be a group of them. But it doesn't. To me, a podcast is almost like a discussion. But when we stick the videos together as a playlist, it isn't really a discussion, I suppose. Soundscape. Also important on soundscape. What do you mean soundscape? Are you talking about the quality of this audio sound? I do have a good microphone. That is a good microphone. Yeah, Phil always looks grey. He looks dead. It's only when he starts moving I realise he isn't. It's a bunker, so it's a soundscape. Yeah, the audio. You need that that compressed sound ready with the audio. So I've got quite a high pitched voice anyway. So I'm a bit of a squeaky bugger. I am. Then he said it. Mello says, oh shucks, I wish I could help treat your dogs. But the cost of £15 to send 1 kilo of food. Technically speaking, you can't send from the UK. That is, you can't send dog food anymore anyway. 'Cause it's got meat in it. Phytosanitary comes into that. I don't know how it works. The only way you could do it is to order online and actually do it with a French company. Door. I've got splashing here now. According to the Times, Boris is already vindicated. Oh, you're joking. Really? It's just set up, isn't it? Boris is as innocent as Jack the Ripper. I actually don't think he's as bad as Rishi Sunak. I think Rishi Sunak is really corrupt and slimy. The thing about Boris Johnson is too obvious. According to the Times, Boris is... Oh, dear me. Boris is as innocent as Jack the Ripper. Soundscape. Yeah, soundscape. Quality. It's getting good audio, isn't it? Because you listen to some... Oh, like Rogan. Joe Rogan. If anyone watches his podcasts, he has some really good guests as well. And it's the audio is fantastic, but it costs money to do all this stuff, It's I wouldn't show you. I do. The money that I have earned on this channel, I do put back into it. Not all of it, obviously, because I've got to live. But, that lot's not free, is it? It's not free. No. So over a period of time, I've had sort of like been buying bits and pieces, and I like edit my videos and stuff on here. On this system here, which is my computer that's down there. It all needs replacing. Not the screen's fine, but that computer's too slow. My laptop is I think that's one of the reasons why possibly the sync is going in. Even though it is a good laptop, it's a gaming laptop, but it's a few years old now. Everything's got quicker, and I think it's struggling. Plus, I've got 3 cameras that effectively that one, door in the background, that one. And then that one. But This is the better camera. But also on this system here, I'll show you again. Oh no, I'm just, yeah, that one there, it's got that camera here, it's tucked out of the way at the moment. And that's a Logitech Stream Cam. They're okay, they're not bad. They're not too expensive either. But they require a lot of processing power. And the one I'm using at the moment, this one that you see here, this is an Elgato face cam. And if anyone knows Elgato, they're one of the higher end for this kind of stuff. Yeah, and they're really good. You know, my little Stream Deck and stuff like that. But it's just, it just makes it. I don't know. I just feel that it needs to be reasonable quality. It's not perfect. I know it's not perfect. You know, but the beauty about using the webcam, because effectively that is it's a webcam on steroids. It's a very good webcam, and it gives you reasonable quality images, but allows you to simply record that information, not having to use special cards and stuff like that to do HDMI via SLR cameras, and then you've got all the battery packs and all that sort of stuff to think about. This allows me to have a self-contained system, as you can see here, this little unit here, yeah, then there's the computer behind, there's the computer's literally there, and I've got my soundboard on there, the keyboard, and my Stream Deck, and then the camera, and it's all connected together. It's all part of the same thing. So it's just, some woodwork. So obviously I made that myself. So I made that. But it just makes life a little bit makes it a little bit easier, and the setup is more repeatable. And plus I can use this when I'm recording videos as well, if I want. And the microphone is a good microphone. It isn't necessarily set up perfectly well, to be fair. I need to think about how I'm going to do that. Do a decent microphone stand for a start. But it's a very capable microphone. But you've got to buy all this stuff, and you can set up and with just a mobile phone. I use the OnePluses, such as this one here. There's a OnePlus 7. And the first one, the one I was using in Ginger Island when I was down there with Graham Hughes, trapped. He had no flipping boat on a flipping island. How stupid is that? Anyway, it was this one. This is OnePlus 6, and it's been a brilliant phone. It really has, although it's got a broken screen now. But that's enough. You can create relatively good quality videos with phones these days. It's quite surprising. The image quality I can get out of that phone, if the lighting's good, is better than what I can get out of this this camera here. I feel so. I don't think so anyway, but. Woodwork, yeah. But I needed something to keep it all together, so I can tidy the wires up. I've got a pet hate. I've still got cables everywhere, and I've got a pet hate about cables. I hate seeing cables. So trying to keep it as together as possible without you've got some sort of cable management is yeah. So that's cherry. That is made from cherry and walnut. Because I had it. So, hang on. So Vincent Brennan says the sound is in sync on the other camera. That's interesting. The reason why that's interesting is because the other camera is only USB 2 or run on USB 2. And this one is USB 3 and won't run on 2 at all. And I've got a funny feeling it might be my computer then that it can't cope with it. I won't be surprised. It didn't used to be an issue though. This is a recent problem. Maybe since updates or something. So, a lot of Canon bloggers use mobiles. Yeah. And Robbie Cummins used an iPhone. Well, a lot of them do, don't they? Got something decent to say, I suppose. It doesn't really matter what it's on, as long as it's fairly decent. Got loads of the content as sound. Alright. That's strange. So you're saying perfect sync on that camera. Because if I record this, I know for a fact it'll be in sync. But it's not streaming in sync. And not all at the same time. So obviously it can't process it. Maybe I need to try a different USB. Maybe that needs to be the microphone needs to be in a different USB than it is at the moment. Maybe that's where the conflict is. I'll have to give it a look. Oh dear, these things. Nothing's simple. Nothing's easy, is it? It's always problems. So, anyway, I'm going to go, but I'm going to leave you with something. You might have seen this before. But it's rather funny. I think so. So I'm going to go and say ta-ta, you know. So thanks a lot for joining us. Cheers, Bad Monk. So you say, on the other camera, better sync. Right, I'm going to have a look at that. Right. Tell you what I'm going to do. Might be a bit odd. I'm just going to do my clappy test thingy. On this one. Right, this one here. And that was on the Elgato face cam. Off to the other camera. Oh, that one. I'm now on the, well, what do I call that? Side camera. That one there. Okay. That definitely looks more in sync. That really does look more in sync. I can see it. Ah. Alright. Interesting. Right. Anyway. It's not for me to go, so I can say ta-ta, you know, but I'm gonna leave you with something. You've seen it before, but it's rather funny, so I think it's funny. What you do. That's spot on, okay. What, on that camera? On Doc Davies. Oh, I used to work for Carpenters and the band. Until this two dudes. What? Oh, crikey, a bit bad luck there, my friend. It is better syncs as Bad Bunk. Ah, okay. 2-second delay? It's nuts. Oh no, I haven't. Here comes a clip. It's a bit longer. Here it goes. It's time to go. So thanks a lot for everyone's joined us. And, yeah. Oh well. The UK is messed up, but so is this.
I've only got 20 rolls left. I better go shopping.
Okay. That's ready. If the woman's not
you can use a scarf. Scarf is everybody. A lot of people have scarves, and you can use a scarf. Scarf would be very good.
Hey, what's the date?
Fuck! Ah, fuck! Yay, road trip!
fuck.
Cool face masks. Oh, even better. Compact. Mission accomplished, so Monsieur Patrol makes his way back to her indoors. Shit! Hi, I'm home!
Patrolly! Patrolly! Have you done your chores yet?
Oh, that's not fair. Do I have to?
Yes, get on with it!
I love you, Mr. Radish. As the day draws to an end, Monsieur Patrolli expresses his freedom, literally. While the sun goes down over the horizon, Monsieur Patrolli enjoys a glass of white wine. Or so he thought.